think I might be live. Let me see here. Yep, there's YouTube saying I'm live. Hello, hello, all my Zen friends. Welcome, welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where we're jumping on to finish all of the readings from this morning's session. And boy, do we have a lot to finish, so we will. Thank you for all your patience in getting to your readings. You'll notice there's no chat for this session because I'm not taking any new questions. This is just a makeup session to complete everything from this morning's session. I'll be back Thursday for more if you'd like to join me then. But I have the list of all the readings we're going to complete down in the description box of the video down below. We'll jump into those. And we'll get to everything as we go through it. Yeah, I feel like there's something else I want to say. Oh, when I'm done, I will post a pinned comment listing the order, again, of how the readings were completed with timestamps so that you can just click on it, go directly to your reading as well. So we will get into it. And thank you guys so much for all your love and support. And again, the patience in getting to all the readings. I know this is going to be a little longer session too. So thank you for being here. All those that hang out, and I loved all the comments as I'm going through, grabbing all screenshots of all the little readings to gather it all and organize it all. I get to read a lot of the comments. And so thank you guys. It means a lot to have you here. So I got my coffee, got my water, I got my cough drop. I think we're ready to go. I'm going to switch cards to this Daydream tarot deck, one of my other favorites. Just been using that other one all weekend, and I'm ready for something new. keeps me engaged as well. So we will dive in here. Excuse me. I ate and I'm a little phlegmy. I do apologize. Let me bring some of these up here. So we will start here. All right. So up first, we do have Diana. Let's grab your timestamp here for the video comment afterward. All right. So thank you for your multiple donations. And I know whose cousin you are now. So you're in great company. I appreciate all of your energy, all of your cousins. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. I feel like I'm part of your family. So we will take a look here. And we'll take a look here. I just want to make sure I have all of your questions here. So we had that. We got that one. And thank you for your lovely comment, too, that you've been listening, and you're glad that your cuz suggested. Let's see here. You want to know what Spirit's guidance on when MD will reach out to CR and the outcome? Will they make amends with CR? And then I saw what you had written here, too. MD did something that CR felt was hurtful. What's the likelihood that they'll reach out to them in July and August? And will they apologize? Explain why. Also, what will be the outcome and actions after they reach out, right? Yeah. To be fully transparent, you're rooting for CR, right? All right. We will take a look here. So let us find out here. All right. I think we're ready. So what's the likelihood that I keep on saying MD, the medical doctor, when will they reach out to CR? What's the likelihood that they'll reach out in July? Look at July energy and August energy, see which one's more likely, and if they are likely. When they eventually, because I do feel like they will eventually, reach out. Will they apologize and explain why? Whoa, okay. Are all those? Nope, just those two. And what will be the outcome? Okay, that too. All right. See what we got going on here. Oh, we like the bottom of the deck. We do have the Sun card. The Sun card is, of course, a very warm card. It's a very bright card. It's one of the more beneficial, abundant, successful kind of cards there are. So it's good. It does shine a bright light on things. So it does feel like that is going to happen. Feels like it will end up feeling warm and not chilly afterwards. So we like that. All right, let's take a look here. So we've got July's energy. We have the Page of Wands, which is new action energy. I think we got a Page of Wands when we were asking a little before, right? August, the Magician energy, which is a major arcana. So it feels like more likely August, with the Magician being August energy because it's the biggie energy, like the Page of Wands. They're holding a magic wand, right? But the Page of Wands is action, but it does feel like more the beginning of August than July. And it feels as though they have a lot going on, and that's why they're kind of hesitant to reach out, just because of busyness and energy. Will they apologize and explain why? Let's see here. Apologize? I don't know. I don't know if they're really an apologizer, the energy I'm getting from them. I feel like their apologies. You ever see like movies where someone's like, well, this happened and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, so? And they're like, I'm trying to apologize. And they're like, well, then apologize. There's this energy, this energy of, your apology doesn't sound like an apology. It sounds like an explanation and kind of like you're trying to excuse your actions. But that's what the Eight of Swords. Did I show you these already? Anyway, let me show you. You have the Eight of Swords and the Five of Wands, which is communication, letting go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that used to make me feel blinded and bound and trapped. But it's like explaining why I did this. And the Five of Wands is the conflict and the conflicting energy that's there. So I feel like it's more explaining why I did what I did, and I'm sorry that it impacted you. It's that kind of mental apology that doesn't sound like an apology, more of, again, like excuses. Or not excuses, but the reason why I did this and da 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 da, and I'm sorry that it impacted you. It's like, okay, well, from you, that's an apology. Just accept that. That's their apology. That's what they're trying to do anyway, if that makes sense. Goodness. And then what will be the outcome after this apology? We do have the Four of Swords. There is peace of mind. And the Ace of Pentacles. So it feels victorious. It feels like enough is said to the extent that CR is, all right, that's enough. I'm tired of investing energy in it, I feel like they would say. We do have, the Four of Cups. We also have stable emotions. So mind, stable heart, that comes in here. And then they go back to their corners. We do have the Hermit card and the Page of Swords. And then there just seems to be like, they're like, okay, and then there's a parting of ways, not in a mean way, but they just go, there is distance there still. And the Page of Swords is like clarity comes in. But the clarity comes in when there is that separateness and the time to reflect. Things start to gain clarity around what I want, what CR wants to do and what they don't want to do. And there's that clarity that comes in with all that. So in the end, it feels like with the Sun card, it all turns out in the end for the good, because it always does, of me realizing, all right, I don't need to interact with this person anymore. You know, and that is something to be aware of too, because sometimes we need to give ourselves any apologies that we're looking for, and to release and to forgive, because when we're looking for someone to apologize to us for something that triggered within us because of what they did or didn't do, say or didn't say, we're kind of looking to validate our worth by their actions or non-actions or whatever, right? And there's this great thing that I heard, two things. One about looking for apology from someone else. Originally, we were looking for validation for our worth and their actions, and because when they didn't, it scared us, and that's where the pain came from, is, you know, they did something that made me scared about my worth. And then when we're looking for an apology, it's a second attempt on them to validate our worth by whether they apologize or not. And that blew my mind, because it's so true that the reason I get hurt is because I'm looking for other people to validate me in some way, and they don't. And so that it shakes us, right? And then when I want them to apologize and I'm seeking an apology from them because I need them to apologize to validate my worth again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but it's very freeing. The other thing about forgiveness is to decide to no longer be a vessel of pain because of someone else's actions or non-actions, words or silence. And I pour out the wrath and I forgive them, not to release, not to say what they did was fine and what they should do it again and again and again, but for my sake, because I'm holding on to the lower vibration emotions and everything that's going on inside. It's impacting me. Releasing that helps me, because they probably aren't even thinking about it, right? Anyway, that is what we have there. Hopefully that helps, Diana. Let's see what the fortune cookie is too. Let's see what we're getting here. So we're going to pull from the affirminators. Yeah, whoops. Sorry. We got the no need to do. Relax. What is that? Oh, it looks like a little fox with a feather. Anyway, it says, I'm exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I'm already here. I take a deep breath, relax, and trust, and then do the laundry. I love those. Those are so funny. All right. So that's what they have for you, Diana. Thank you again for all your multiple donations, and great to meet you. All right. Bring this up here. Okay, yep, there we go. So Maria P., you are up next. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. So Maria, thank you for your additional donation. And let's dive in here and see what we've got going on here. So Friday, he said I had an appointment with his son, but we'll try to see you after. Oh, how will that go? Will we go out too? Okay, so how will the appointment go with the son? First of all, okay. And then will you guys go out too? So based on current energies, will you be going out? And then at work, will there be a different position offered to you? Okay, based on current energy, all right. And he has a gift for your kids. Thoughts? Whoa, okay. What are his thoughts or behind all that? And anything else? Wow, okay. Cards are flying out. Gonna take out an eye. Should wear some protective glasses. All right. So how will his appointment go with the sun? Oh, that's great. It's a victory card with the world card. It's also about a significant ending and new beginning as well. So it feels good. It feels positive. A restart, a movement to a new level positively. So we like that. Will you guys go out as well? You got the Five of Swords and the Knight of Swords. There is going to be a little bit of a conflict with being able to go. I feel like with the Knight of Swords, that's movement of communication. So just be prepared right now, especially since we're in Mercury retrograde. It can put alterations and plans and timelines and stuff, delays. And so I don't plan on it. Let it be like still keep it blocked, but just realize there's a big chance right now with the energy that you're going to have to reschedule or change your plans. And then at work, and I feel like it's like because it takes longer and then something else comes up. It doesn't feel like it's anything with the dark side or anything like that. Get that out of your head. It's just like the meeting takes longer. Then they need to go do something afterwards for them. And they're like, I'm going to be short on time. I don't want to rush. I don't want it just to be a quick, short period of time. Can we, do it instead? That's the kind of energy I'm feeling there. And at work, I can have a different position offered to you. You have the Judgment card, which is a calling to something new, going into a different direction. So it does feel like it's either a position at your job or you're being called to go do something more in alignment with what you want to do. So you might, I definitely feel like a change in job in a way that's positive for you, something that is for you, that you're, an upward kind of thing. Not, like you're being fired or anything like that. Because I know where your mind goes. All right. So he has a gift for your kids. Thoughts on that? I like all of this. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. It seems like it's been something that they've been wanting to do and for a while. And we got the Ace of Pentacles, which is abundance. And they just want to share this with them. They want to give a gift. I do feel like the Three of Wands, that is like a change of direction, which is interesting because it feels like, I almost feel like they bought some things and then they returned them and changed them into other things. Because I feel like maybe they got to know your kids a little better and they're like, oh, that stuff isn't for them. Let me get these things. This is more fitting. So I feel like they were going to give something that in the beginning they thought was good, but I feel like they changed it to something else. That's funny. But I like it. It's good. It's a feeling of abundance and something that they've been wanting to do from their heart. So I like it. Anything else you need to know? Queen of Swords. You get that quite a bit between the two of you. And I think we got that earlier about that. Just remember, it's such a good fit. And the more we let go of expectations and all these other things, the more you realize more and more just what a great fit you guys are and how compatible you guys are. So it's good to remember that. Letting go of expectations, balancing my head and my heart, I can see just how grateful that you can be for the things that are so fitting for you guys, right? So that's what they have for those. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here as well. Sorry, I'm crunching on my cough drop again. I seem to always do that when I'm talking to you. What's that about? Crunch, crunch, crunch. It was like an old commercial. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll? Pop. 1, 2, 3. Crunch. I can't let it like totally dissolve. It gets too small. I have to crunch it. Anyway, your fortune cookie is communication. Wonder how that other person's feeling? Never. Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. Ooh. You've just been drafted into the communication army where there's a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses of everyone, including the person who came up with that aphorism. They assume, when you assume, it makes an ass out of you and me. I'm sure you knew that. But there you go. So I like that. Communication is key in a relationship, right? So I love that for you, Maria. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Excuse me. All right. So, Johanna, you are up next, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. Hope you're doing well. And for the rainbow unicorn, cheers to you. Let me take a sip here. All right. And you'd like a general reading. Let's see what we got here. All righty. What does Spirit want you to know right now, Jojo? All right. Ooh, we got these 3 in this one. This one and this one. I feel like your fairy godmother is coming in strong as I'm shuffling. They're, hello. Bottom of the deck, you have the 2 of Wands. So they're bringing in just a little reminder of where you're focusing your energy. Because where your energy goes, your life flows, and what flows towards you. So they're just a reminder of where's your energy at, which is always a good reminder for all of us. Come back to now. Come back to gratitude. Then all is well, right? Yeah. All right, let's see what we have here. You have kind of a countdown. You have 3 cards and 2 cards and 1 card. So let's see what we have here. You have the 6 of Swords. A little bit of mental activity, letting go of some old ways of thinking, seeing things from a higher perspective is having things move in your mind and move in the outside world. You got the Empress. There's some sensuality there. That's why they're coming in. What's going on? I'm just kidding. But the Empress has sensuality in it, but it's about birthing, a lot of emotion, but Mother Nature, Mother Nurture energy coming in here too. Allowing yourself to step into that empowerment and putting your heart and your dreams, right, first with all of this. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, and so you have the 6 of Swords. You have the 8 of Swords. So it does feel like there is a bit of trying to figure some stuff out, right? Is all this, I feel like there's a lot of choices, a lot of activity coming around. It's igniting a lot of mental activity. And in these decisions that you're making and letting go of old ways of thinking that don't serve, allow your interest, your true interests, to come forward and allow close your eyes, open your heart, connect with your heart, and allow you to make decisions from the heart center instead of the noodle center up there, right? At least let your noodle support your heart so that your heart is at least leading the way and your mind will keep your heart out of trouble. I like that. Also, then you move on to the 5 of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups. Yeah. There is just a little bit of checking in here because the Queen of Cups, of course, very intuitive, has 2 helpings of Cups energy. So very connected to the subconscious world. And the Five of Cups, I'm sorry, the Five of Pentacles, which are those beliefs in lack, that is what bubbles, down from our earlier childhood. So there seems to be a little bubbling up, and maybe this is where some of this thinking is coming from, is the fears of not being enough, not having enough, being left behind, not being chosen, that kind of energy. Just know that all of this energy we've been having going on lately has that boiling and bubbling to the surface. So if you have those feelings coming up, don't push them down. Just allow them to come up and embrace your inner child. Give them that energy that they've been looking for, that love energy, that acceptance energy, that celebration of who you are energy that's coming in. And I like that. And then it gets down to the number one, which is the 10 of Cups, because there is joy, joy, joy waiting there. And that just releases these obstacles to feeling that fullness and that wholeness and that overflowingness. So remembering that it's okay to, spend 10, 20% of our time on our shadow, but make sure we're doing that 80, 90% on joy and higher vibration so that we draw that in as well. So I like those. Those are great reminders, great awareness, some clarity around maybe some things that you're on your mind, some things that are kicking in your emotional flow and floods. But let's see what your fortune cookie is here. We'll pull from the Art Therapy deck and see what little artistic, creative expression. As I was pulling these today, I was thinking, when we do creative things, it helps get us in tune with our heart, because that's where we connect to creation, to creator with, right? So this can help you just get in tune and balance with your heart. When's the last time you did something creative besides music and other things, like a creative project with your hands, I feel. All right, let's see what we have here for you. All right. We got the boundary bubble, master number 22. This is to explore yourself and your relationships. The medium is drawing. You can take 30 minutes for this if you'd like. So you draw a large circle in the middle of the paper. This is your bubble. Represent yourself inside the bubble any way you like, such as by drawing a heart, an emoji, or a figure. Consider who, what you want to let in, and who, what you want to keep out. Use colors, shapes, names, and textures to explore these ideas. And this is the example they give down there. And the questions you can ask yourself: are you happy with your bubble and what's inside, what's outside? Are there changes you would like to make? And is there a small action you can take today to tend to your bubble? And that can even be your empathic bubble, if you think about that as well. So I like that for you. Hopefully that's helpful, Jojo. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. I'm sorry. I just need to, my nose started to run. I better catch it. Let me just blow it. So I quit sniffling. That popped my back too. That's good. Refreshed. All right. So let us dive in here. So let's see here. We got Marissa Smith. Let me grab your timestamp here, Marissa. And thank you. I see your email. So sorry that I didn't ask that in the session. All right. And so you wanted to know here about Von, VNU. All right, in the near future. All right, absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know around this situation. So thank you again for your patience in getting to your reading here. All right. So let's see what we have here. Tell us about that. If and when, right? Let's see what else of course, it was like they wanted to know you a little bit more with this too. So we'll find out what we got here. All right. Well, feels like this is a yes, just on the bottom of the deck alone, because we've got the Empress card here, which we were just kind of joking around with JoJo here a moment ago, which the Empress is, she has sensuality. It's about birthing new things. So definitely be careful if you don't want to have children. But it is about nurturing your heart and following your heart. A lot of emotional energy that flows in here as well. That new moon up in the corner is standing out. We have a new moon coming up next week. And Leo, passionate Leo energy too. So I'm feeling like this is a yes coming in here. And I just wanted to mention here too, standing out underneath her, whoa, in the, on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles, which is the ruler of the physical world. But something that was standing out with this that they wanted to bring forward is the Empress. Of course, she rules over queens. She's an empress. And then there's queens. The Emperor rules over kings, but this is a King of Pentacles. So, you know, just keep in mind, is this something that you're wanting to be more? And to consider, does their energy match yours? Not does your energy match theirs? Because you're an empress, and in this realm of energy, it's kind of there at a king level, not an emperor level. So it's like, are you okay with this? That they can't give you what an emperor would. Are you okay with that? Something to consider. We'll see what these other cards are here too. Yeah, because here's his divine counterpart is the Queen of Pentacles. This Three of Wands is about a change of direction that comes in here. And so I do feel like there's a bit of energy of kind of you being out of their league a little bit, is their perception, and that they're like, I don't know if I can keep up with you and who you are, and the power that you hold, and the ability that you have. Like, your energy is big. And I feel like they would settle for something less because they would feel more empowered. Like, they would feel intimidated by someone who's bigger, so they'll choose someone who's smaller that would look up to them. And I feel like with this Three of Wands, that's that kind of energy that's coming in here. Yeah. I do feel like there is got the Two of Pentacles is two choices in the outside world. And the Hierophant is about seeing things from a higher perspective and a teacher-student energy. Again, there's this feeling like someone's bigger than the other person. Like a student looks at a teacher and goes, wow, I'm not on the same level as you. There's that's coming in here again. And there is this energy that's here. Yeah, we have the Seven of Wands, which you deserve to shine bright. You deserve to be true to your authentic self, not to shrink, not to ask permission to shine, not to dim your light, but to stand beautiful on the top of the hill and shine bright in the darkness, no matter what other people. You don't have to defend who you are, but not shrink yourself either. So all this energy is kind of leading to that here for you. Is like, yeah, I mean, you can have, intimacy with someone, but if you want it to be more, I don't feel like it'll go that far because of the way that they perceive you as being more than that they could, keep up with. Let's see what else we have here too. Yeah, you have the Ace of Cups. I do feel like there is someone, a new love interest that's coming your way. Page of Cups, it's higher level, someone who does feel like they're on the same level as you. And the King of Swords. Another king. Let's see what's underneath here too. But we have the magician. Okay. So there's the king of swords. So they're very intelligent. They can communicate. They see things differently. But the magician card, major arcana. So that is royalty. It's a different type of magic. It's a passionate person. It's someone who brings in, this energy and this passion. But they're very aware of what they can bring in. And so they feel empowered. And again, this ace, all this new energy, it's very empowering for you. So I do feel here with all this, I know we went beyond what you wanted to know. I just wanted a yes or no, Brother Zen. Why did you go into all that? But they wanted to tell you. I have to obey. I don't have to, but I obey because I know what they want to share is for everyone's highest. But so it's good information. It's like, yeah, you can have intimacy, but there might be someone who's more in alignment with your energy that's coming your way as well. So just keep your eye open. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here as well. So let's see what we got here, Marissa. What else? All right. Look, colorful me. Card number 50. The goal for this activity is to explore who you are. The medium is photography and digital art. The time commitment is like 20 minutes. The instruction says take a photo of yourself. Use photo editing software such as Colorscape to make your photo a black and white coloring page. Add coloring directly to the image on your phone app or print the photo and color in with markers or colored pencils. Express who you are with whatever colors you wish. Wow. I love coloring yourself uniquely, not trying to be who other people want you to be. I was just showing the picture. They have like a picture, an example there. Questions you can ask yourself. Did you use realistic or unrealistic colors? What do your color choices say about your personality? And how did it feel to see your portrait in a different way? How does it feel to see yourself in a different way, right? That's what the reading was about as well. So I love that for you, Marissa. So hopefully that helps. Thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All righty. Let me just bring these up here. All right. I think I have these in order here. All right. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to SUDESHA. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And you do have two. I'm just going to move it up together here. So hopefully you don't mind, Catlady. We'll get to yours next, but I just wanted to kind of just have one timestamp. Just push them together there. So we'll do that. So thank you for all of your donations this weekend. I'm so grateful. And hopefully they're bringing you some good guidance. I know you got a lot going on in your life, and I love the growth and the awareness that you're experiencing. It's a big year for it, All right. So for number one, you want to know what's coming your way. Any good news or any important event? All right. All news is good news, right? I know. Bretta Zen. All right. So what's coming your way? Let's see what they have here for you. I know. Can you imagine being someone who's involved in my life every day? I probably drive people nuts, right? That positive spin. Oh, my God. And any important events. Let's take a look here. Because truly, every moment is perfect. We just don't see it from our human perspective, but everything is beautiful. And even though our mindsets have taught us to focus on good and bad and better and worse and right and wrong. That's all human judgments. Spirit looks at things from a place of everything is beautiful, just different. It brings different. It's like when you look at all these flowers, we can go, that's a weed. But no, if we didn't have a belief of weeds, we'd be like, every flower is beautiful. It just has different smell, different textures. Some have thorns, some don't. They just bring different experiences, right? All right, so what's coming your way here? Seven of Cups, a lot of different emotions. Yeah, a lot of different flowers to smell, a lot of different emotions to feel, and there is no wrong or right, good or bad emotion. A lot of different. And if I like this for you, because it's like um, approaching it as this emotion's not right or wrong. It just feels cold. It feels this way. It feels this way versus how I feel when I feel this emotion. So I like it that, maybe drinking 7 types of tea, there's some tea that tastes better to you than others, some you prefer over others. None of the tea is wrong because some people like that tea that you're like, that's last on my list. I'll drink that if there's nothing else to drink, but this is my favorite tea. But your favorite tea is someone else's that tea, right? So it's good to be aware of that. What else? Any good news coming your way? The news coming your way, you have the Two of Pentacles. Power. Here's that Two of Pentacles that we've been getting like in every one of your readings almost. The good news is that there is another option that's coming up. We're always getting upgrades. We're never downgrading in life. What's coming in for us is always for our best. So if something is leaving our life, if something gets moved out of our life, we're always being moved, like you said before, from that seat back in coach up to first class. It's always a movement upward. So that's good news. You have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a transformation of, I would say, worth, but it's about the outside world. It's about the way that you view of how you get your abundance, right? We're taught the outside world is what brings us what we need. But that's not true. It's creator, it's source. They bring us our sustenance, what we need in each moment. Maybe not everything our ego wants, but we experience abandonment, feeling left behind from people in the outside world. When people of the outside world, when their inner child feels unsafe and out of control, then we go into fight or flight mode. We pull back. I need everything for me. I become in survival mode, right? And so I'll pull back everything, which I'll abandon you and everyone else for my own sake when I'm in fear. That's when we experience abandonment because someone went into fear and we feel left behind. But that is teaching us that it's not humans we can depend on, because humans are fickle when it comes to that fear. We all will go into that reaction when we have a trigger, but creator doesn't have that. We can depend on them and we can build that trust that every moment of every day we can sit in that, right? You also have the Queen of Cups. So this deep, deep emotional energy and flow that's coming in here, I like this for you. Feel like you're really becoming connected to your empathic abilities, your ability to feel emotion, but also your power over your emotion. Queen of Cups, ruler over emotion with the king, but the queen gets 2 portions. She's not just the ruler with the king over emotion. She's the master of emotion. Even over the king, she rules emotion. So this is about, the good news is that you're really getting a grasp of your emotional power coming up here too. So I like that. Any important events coming your way here? Yeah, you have the Nine of Cups. You have a very joyful event coming in that just fills your heart and has it overflow. So a lot of emotional energy that's coming in here for you, but it feels like happiness is rolling in and you're feeling that energy. So I like those for you. Let's see what your fortune cookie is for this one. We'll grab your next one here. All right. Here we go. You've got divine timing. I know. Oh, not that. Look at that. Chasing after the hourglass. Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. I like that because it is about trusting that everything is going to come in the perfect timing, the perfect way. We surrender it to the creator, right? And allow that to come in. So I love that one for you. So that's what they have for that, SUDESHA. And then for your second one, here it is. You're currently working in the company, cognizant, your project name. How will things be at your workplace? All right. And how will the work be? And anything you need to be careful about. All right. Good questions. Let's take a look here. Let me just I feel like it's going to hiccup. All right. All right. All right. So, with this project, how will things be at your workplace? Let's take a look here. Thank you. And then, how will the work be? Anything you need to be careful about. All right. Not too bad there. Five of Swords does represent a bit of conflict. I don't feel this is with you specifically. I just feel like the job itself, the company itself, there is some conflict going on. There is some working out of things, maybe some realignment. It just feels like there's a little bit of conflict that's happening. Some things they have to choose between. So it does feel like there's some realignment and different things happening with that Five of Swords. I think you told us that too. Think about it, but that does make sense. How will things be at your workplace for you? You got the Hermit, a little bit of alone time, feeling kind of I don't want to say, how is this energy? Because it feels like you feel like withdrawn to yourself a bit with this. And you have the Two of Wands, which is your power of choice here, that how things go depend on where you invest your energy. But I do feel like you're a little bit kind of withdrawn because of all this activity. You kind of are just kind of staying still and staying quiet as all the hits and goes on around. There it comes. It was gas that needed to come up. Burping myself. Excuse me. But this is important with this Two of Wands. Whatever you focus on is how things go, right? If you focus on what you're grateful for in your job, right? Think about the specific things you love about what you do, about the company, about the project, about the people you work with. Focus on individual things. It doesn't have to be, I really like this entire person. You can say, I like this one thing about them. I'm grateful for this one thing about that person, this one thing about that person, this thing about the project, this thing about the company, because that gratitude grows those things to be grateful for. If you're looking at, I really hate this, I hate them, I don't like this about them, blah, 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 that all that gets bigger, and that's where more conflict can come from, right? So it's about empowerment. How will things go at your workplace depends on you. I like it. That's where we want it, not in someone else's hands. How will the work, the actual work of it be? You got that's the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. It seems like there's a lot of activity, a lot of fast movement, but a lot of success with the Four of Pentacles. That's solid foundation. That is progress. It's stability. So quick, stable work with good outcomes. It feels like how the work is being right now on the project. So especially your work, feels like things are flowing. and you're getting good abundance, good solid results, and progress is the word I was looking for. Anything you need to be careful about? Just keeping your balance between your head and your heart with the Queen of Swords. Just try to stay calm, because if you go into fight or flight mode, then you're going to make mistakes, and your little 2-year-old self and its pet hissing cat are doing things at work, and you don't want them to be there. It's not take your hissing cat and inner child to work day, right? It's let me try to stay as balanced and calm as I can. If you're allowed to listen to music at work or an earbud, anything that you can have calming stuff to keep you balanced is for your benefit. Because with all this activity, you can get sucked out into fears and stuff, which can impact your work. And so when you can stay calm and focused and centered, then your work can progress. So I like that for you, right? And then your fortune cookie here, SUDESHA. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this one. Abundance, yay, we like that. Regarding work, sorry if you can read that. It says, congratulations, it seems you're due for, and it says a little, but then it's scratched out, and it says it's replaced with an infinite big piece of abundance pie. Feel like you don't deserve it? Knock it off. It's already plated and ready to hit your table. Reluctant to take it? Shut your hole. Abundance pie is big enough to serve everyone. So get your whipped cream ready, unless you're lactose intolerant, and enjoy your well-deserved metaphorical dessert. So feels like you have a reward coming at work as well in some way. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you, SUDESHA. Thank you again for all of your donations, and I greatly appreciate those. All right. So, Catlady of the Sea. I love that. Ooh, look, 5222. All those twos. I like it. All right. So, Catlady, thank you so much for your donation. Sorry, this hat is bugging me. How bad is my hair? You can't really tell. Okay, it is pretty bad. I'll wear it like that. It's the thing with curly hair, naturally curly hair. Now that it's getting longer again, when I got out of the shower, I thought I put stuff in my hair, but I got distracted. And then when I was about to go live, I looked in the mirror and I'm like, oh, that's an interesting hairdo. Curls all over the place. All right. Maybe that's a separate message for you, Catlady. But thank you for your donation and your sticker here. What will motivate Jordan to take actions towards you after you move out? All right, let's take a look here. What will motivate Jordan to take action towards you after you move out? Okay, let's sit in their energy here and see what we got. All right. We got that one. Let's see, I really want that one too. I want the top one. I know that. Okay, here's the other one. We've got these under the surface, under the sea. All right. Well, the bottom of the deck, we do have Leo energy coming in here. There we go, a little not so bright there. The Strength card, Leo energy. We have Leo season coming up here on the 22nd, which is just a couple days away. And then a new moon on Thursday, a couple days after, a few days after. And this is a change of energy. It's a change of a Leo new moon asks us to be courageous, to, especially toward our emotion, to follow our joy, to express our joy, to be aware of our joy. So I feel like this Leo energy is going to bring a little bit of a, I wanted to say feng shui to the emotional energies of Jordan, which it feels like there's an alignment. It's like they're realizing something's out of alignment emotionally. So I feel like the astrological energy is just supporting kind of this action kind of energy towards that. Let's see what else we got here. We've got the Seven of Swords. Yep. With the Tower card. Ooh, so there's the moving out energy, right? The Seven of Swords is really, quite honestly, they've got to get real honest about the lies that they're telling themselves. These thoughts and beliefs that are deceiving them, that have been cheating them out of opportunities. They just got to get really real with what this little noodle is telling them that's not true. And they got to get honest, really honest with themselves. And with the Tower card being 16, 1 plus 6 is 7, and the Seven of Swords, I feel like this this energy of moving out and doing this is a spark that really, if you look at the Tower, it normally in the original tarot has a big lightning bolt. It brings, lightning brings temporary, quick flashes of awareness and clarity in a dark night, right? And so I feel like that comes in. I could have swore I saw something above my head. Whoa, what was in this coffee? No, but I feel like that's what they're doing, is like it allows them to see something suddenly. Flashes of truth help with all this. Let's see what else. Yeah, some time alone. The Hermit card does allow a change of energy with the Five of Wands. So this is some good energy. And I don't feel like there's nothing that you can do to motivate them to take action. And that's a good thing to realize, that the more we try to make somebody do something that we want to do, well, how do we react when someone tries to push us? We resist. When someone tries to pull us, we resist, right? We naturally have resistance. So there's nothing that we can do to motivate them. We just need to follow our own heart, our own actions, our own decisions of stories, emotion, energy, and actions. Knowing I can't control any of theirs, all I can do is make choices for me. And if my actions create awareness for someone, like if we're not in someone's life, if this is moving out from them, or there's this movement, then they're like, okay, I can do this now. Sometimes it can spawn that, but if we're doing it with intentions of, I'm going to do this to try to make them do that, that energy don't work. All it does is push our energy, draws things to us or pushes things away from us. When I step into an energy of gratitude around who someone is, what a situation is, what a situation has been, who someone has been, gratitude around these things draws in things that match that. If I'm going, this isn't happening, and I want this to happen, I need this to happen, I'm afraid this won't happen, all of that lack energy, that pushes those things further away from us instead of drawing them toward us. So really, the things that you can do are about your energy. I'm changing my energy to gratitude for who someone is, what someone is doing, who someone has been, what someone has done. What are the things I've loved and appreciate? And that helps, that energy makes it easier to draw them. We're not controlling them. We're just making it easier. The flow flows towards us instead of, like the tide moves toward us instead of away from us. And that helps. It helps things come to us. We can't force something to come to us, but it allows it more easily to come to us. Hopefully that makes sense. What else do we got? Yep. Death and rebirth. It's rebirth energy that comes in here. So all of this just feels like a change of my own self results in a change of the energy, which results in a change of the interactions. Below the surface, yeah, we do have temperance, balance, patience. the balancing of opposites, the slow progression, it's like alchemy. The magic slowly changes things. Can't expect change overnight. We just keep balancing, keep focusing on what we can focus on. We've got the Five of Swords. There is a battle that rages between their head and their heart. And the Three of Swords. Look, the Three of Swords. Three of Swords energy. Expectations equal disappointment. It's a big awareness, kind of going back to that, focusing on what we're grateful for. We're not, we don't have any expectations when we're in gratitude. We're just simply grateful for all this, right? When we have expectations over someone or a situation, then we're looking at supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. All of that, it takes all that energy just to get up to zero. Here, there's, let's say, 100 units of abundance. When we have 100 expectations, there's zero abundance and there's just meeting expectations. Feels empty. In fact, usually they can't meet 100% of expectations. So we're usually, if so, not for very long, we're usually living in lack, which if I'm focusing on lack, I get more lack. If I have no expectations or very little, I'm focusing on abundance, I get more abundance, right? So I feel like that's the big thing is like, well, I can't control anything over there, but my world and what I draw in, I do control that. And that's what we can have here. In fact, it's like, what will motivate you to take action towards yourself after you move out? That's where your power is realizing what action am I taking towards my empowerment as I move out, right? Interesting. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here. So I feel like outcomes are all dependent upon what you do. Yeah, look at this. The inner critic encounter, card number 60. The goal for this is to increase self-reflection, as we were saying, right? The medium is sculpture, and it takes a time commitment, maybe 30 minutes. It says, create a clay representation of your inner critic. Give it a name. If your inner critic shows up, picture this sculpture. It might make them less intimidating. If desired, follow the package directions to bake and preserve the sculpture. The hint is, if you don't want to keep your inner critic, squish it because you're in charge, and reuse the clay to create something that brings you joy. Wow, that's such a representation of what we talked about. The inner critic, the judge, the person ruling over expectations, what's happening, what's not happening, choosing joy and gratitude instead. I like this little, if you can see that's the inner critic. Questions you can ask yourself. Which qualities did you notice about your inner critic? Did anything surprise you? When do you usually hear your inner critic? Is there an element to your inner critic that might be trying to protect you? Why? Good reflective questions. We can all glean from that for sure. All right, so that's what they have for you, Catlady of the Sea. So many blessings to you. All right, let me just get the last ones up here. All right. Let me take a quick sip here. All right, so Shawn G, you are up. Thank you for your multiple donations today. All right, so thank you for your donation via GHOSH app. You wanted to know how will your content go when you post it next week? All right, let's take a look here based on current energies. I think it's clouding up. It might be raining here in a little bit. It's only 4:30 and it's getting dark out. Ooh. let's look at your content here. So we've got that. We've got that. So I do want these two. Don't want those. I do want these three. This one and this one and this one. All right, what do we got here? Bottom of the deck, you do have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, how are you sharing your content? This Page of Swords is about taking the communication, takes it to a new level, it feels like here. So in sharing the content, it does feel like it's at a whole new level is all I keep hearing. It's like the sharing of it just takes things to a new level. Let's see what this means here. You got the Chariot card. Well, we knew this, that of course, how everything goes is up to you. You're the one with the power, right, over your life. You're the ruler of your life. Your choices of your stories, your emotions, your energy, your actions are what draw in and expansive or shrink, right? So whatever energy you're putting toward it, the gratitude you have around your content, around past success, past communications that you've loved, focusing on the joy of it, of course, is what makes it expansive. If you focus on fear and need and want, shrink, 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 right? Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we have the Tower. I like this. Trust here. The Tower card, 6 + 1 is 7. You come back to that Chariot card. You know, there's with of course, Mercury in retrograde. Mercury is all about communication, and we're in the middle of that. Don't focus on the energy of, oh God, Mercury retrograde, things are going to go horrible, right? We're just going to go with the flow of things, trust it, not give energy to it. Thank Mercury for being the bringer of reflection and editing and all the energy that it brings us, that we can sit in that. Like, I don't think my computer's being delivered today. It was supposed to be delivered today. And and now that I'm thinking about it, I better check so it's not sitting out on the porch. But I don't think that it's coming in today after all. Yeah, it's still sitting at the place since 2 a.m. this morning. I was so getting on my computer today, but I'm not getting the monitor until tomorrow anyway. So it doesn't matter. So it's like you go with the flow. You know, it's like, well, there's a delay. There's this, there's that set of curses. It's like, all right, it's happening for a reason, and I'm going to trust it. That's good, you know. And so I feel like that's important for you this week with the Towers. Any kind of obstacles, anything that kind of gets moved or moved in the way, it's happening for a reason. So trust that and go with that. You got the Lovers card, the Two of Swords, all about power of choice. You got the Chariot card, the big powerful one. Now you got the Two of Swords, the power of mental story. You've got the Lovers card, the power of emotional story, or choosing your own emotions. So this is all about stepping into that power this week, being aware of it. I feel like the more that you can put reminders and focus around that this week, the more you're going to realize what a difference it made in how your content goes versus before, when you would focus on other things, right? I like that. You've got the Six of Cups. Beautiful, balanced emotional energy underneath everything. You've got the Queen of Wands. Here's the power of where you put your focus. And the Page of Pentacles. In the end, if you focus on all that, there's the abundance that we knew would come based on our focus and what we're focusing on. So great possibilities, but I do feel like this week it's an important kind of experiment again of, I'm going to pay attention to what I'm focusing on and how, and just see how this unfolds. So I like it. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here. We gave you an art one earlier, so we'll give you an affirminators now. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we're down to just 4 affirminators. right, let's see what we have here. Oh, 5 informators. We'll do the hidden 5th one is for you. You got the gentleness. Be a gentle cloud. I speak with gentleness and I listen with gentleness. I align with the gentlest part of myself and I take joy in being receptive, open, and unafraid. I'm like a baby deer who's best friends with a baby elephant. The baby elephant wraps its little trunk around my shoulders, and we lie down gently on the grass, daydreaming and talking about what sort of humans the clouds look like. I like that creativeness, seeing things differently, right? But I love that for you, Shawn. So hopefully that's helpful. That's what they have for you, my dears. So many blessings to you. All right, in a little bit, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, Lil Bit, any messages for you this week? All right, let's see what we have here for you. Thank you again for your donation. Or thank you for the first time if I did not thank you previously. Let's see what we got here for you. All right. Any messages for you this week? Okay. Of course, there's always messages. They're always wanting to talk to us. In fact, they're always talking to us, just that we're not always listening, right? It's so true. It's so true. Yeah, even here, the Knight of Swords. Movement of messages, movement of communication, right? The sword suit is the mind, it's communication. It's also the quest of seeing things from a higher perspective. The setup here, you've got 2 cards and then 2 cards and then 2 cards. So there is this balanced kind of scale energy here. Libra energy seems to be coming forth. Let's see what the scales and the balancing are. We'll look at the scales on the side, but the balancing thing in the middle, you got the 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. And the Queen of Pentacles. Abundance energy for both of these. Fullness of life, fullness of energy. I do feel here, because I'm mentioning Libra, Libra rules over the house of relationships. And I believe they all, like Taurus, they're ruled by Venus. But there is this abundant energy. There is this fullness of life and relationship, but it's all Pentacles outside world energy. So it's like there is this nudge for gratitude, this nudge for realizing how full your life really, really is. And what are you using to define this definition of abundance? I feel like is kind of being brought to the forefront here. On one side of the scale, we do have the 3 of Pentacles, more Pentacles, about being true to your authentic self, also finding your tribe, finding individuals of the outside world, humans, even if it's a small group of people that like-minded individuals, like-hearted people. I feel like that you could be true to the authentic self, like the island of misfit toys, just like finding these individuals. Yeah, you have the Knight of Wands that have the same passion for life, that are seeking empowerment to be true to oneself and not diminishing oneself, but shining a bright light on the uniqueness of self. So a very eclectic group of people, it feels like. On the other side of the scale, you got the Knight of Pentacles. So knights on either side, knight on the bottom of the deck. But this is the pursuit, again, more things of the outside world, but this is an energy of the quest of looking at our worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. I'm sorry. Because then you got the Justice card, the Libra energy we're talking about. But it is about seeing things from a higher perspective. Very much this balancing You got 3 nights, which all are about motion and action. Action of your energy, action of your outside world, and action of your mind. The only thing that's missing here on the surface is the Knight of Cups, the movement of emotion, which I feel like out of everything, that's what you already are natural at. Maybe you already are, like you're a water sign, or you got a lot of water in your chart. I just feel like there's a lot of emotional movement that comes in here for you. And we have Leo energy underneath, and the moon. Yeah. So this Leo new moon coming up on Thursday is a big day for you too. Look at the 8s, the 8 and 18, and the number 8 strength card. So you definitely have this important awareness and using this new moon and Leo energy for new moon wishes around Leo energy. You have 10 new moon wishes. So whatever you, like the first 8 hours after the new moon hits, it's the fertile ground to plant new seeds around all of this too. So I like this. You even have the balancing of the 6 of swords, 3 swords on each side on the bottom. Big balance energy that's coming in here. Libra season, which comes up, of course, we've got Leo, and then we've got Virgo, and then we go into Libra. Yeah, before Scorpio. Yep, that's right. So you got this energy coming in. Hopefully that gives you some guidance. We'll see what your art therapy card brings in here for additional guidance. See what else they want you to know here. I like this for you. The balancing all these nights, all this quests. It's like you're on this search, this big search. What was this one here? Yeah, the Mind's Eye, card number 25, which says to let go of perfectionism and expectations. A lot of clarity, right? The medium is drawing. The instructions say, think of an image, then draw it with your eyes closed. Oh no. Open your eyes and color in any spaces, removing or adding lines as needed. Make as many drawings as you like. This is meant to be a quick art challenge. The hint is, when drawing with your eyes closed, it's sometimes easier to leave your pencil connected to the page the whole time, making one continuous line. Here's the picture here that they have the example, if you could see that. I mean, it's a little better there. The questions you can ask yourself: how did it feel to draw in a less comfortable way? Ooh. How can you describe the sensations you felt while drawing with your eyes closed? And how does it feel to make art that's not supposed to look perfect? Ooh, interesting questions, right? That's what they have for you, Lil Bit. So many blessings to you. Appreciate you. All right. And then Anna, you are up, my dear. Thank you again so much for the misunderstanding earlier. That was hilarious. I'm just like, I could have swore that was you. Because are you an Aquarius moon too? I thought you had an air moon. Maybe not. I know you're a Gemini. All right. So let's take a look here. What's going on with little Einsteins? The doo-doo-boo-doo-boo-doo puppers. Let's take a look. I'm just stepping into their energy. Okay, first, let's see here. First of all, we want to go, can we have some clarity on what's happening? Of course, for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a licensed veterinarian by no means. Tarot's for fun. Ultimately, of course, you're already pursuing professional veterinarian assistance. You're going to make your own decisions. But let's see what Spirit has here. So what can we know about what this is that's going on with this little foot? All right. All right. with the results that they sent off, what kind of results based on current energy we'll be receiving. Okay. Results. What else do we want to know? Is there resolution coming for the little mister? Okay. What else can we know about that? Okay. All right. I think that will give us what we're looking for here. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Four of Wands, which is stable energy, which is joy and celebration. So that's a good energy to start off with, right? So what can we know about what this is, right? So we've got the Eight of Swords, which is letting go of something that no longer serves. Okay, it's a flow energy. We like that. What else do we have here? Temperance, alchemy, the balance of opposites. Let's see what else. And the Three of Pentacles. Being true to one's authentic self. Sitting in this energy on a, this Eight of Swords about it being something that it's like their body is trying to, it's like, I don't need this anymore. The body is trying to get rid of something. It's trying to have something leave, but this alchemy about opposites, it feels like there's opposing forces. I don't know if it's like some sort of autoimmune. Isn't that what that means when it's something opposites working against one another and it's kind of rejecting itself? But it's not cancerous, you said. They didn't think it was anyway. But it does feel like it's something trying to reject itself. But it is unique with this, the Three of Pentacles. Maybe we don't want something to be, authentic to its true self. We're like, we don't want you to be unique and different. We want you to go away. We want you to be something that's normal. But it is very, very rare, whatever this is, with this Three of Pentacles. That's why they're going, what is this? And it makes sense because it does feel so different that they haven't seen this a whole lot before. It's not totally unknown. I feel like when they get the results back, they're going to go, oh, when you add that and that and that and this and this and this, it's this. And it doesn't happen often enough where it's not something that's just at the top of people's minds. It's like happens in 0.01%, kind of thing. So there is that kind of energy that's there. What are the results from the sample being sent out? Got the Page of Cups. Feels like that's good news. And the Knight of Wands is that you get fast answers from it. So that's good. Page of Cups, it seems like it's not, again, they confirmed, it's not cancerous. It's not something that's, terminal. It's just something that's weird. Of course, Einstein. If anyone's going to have something weird, it's him, right? All right, let's see what else we have here. What else can we know about this? We do have the Two of Wands. So it's important, and I know it's difficult when our little fur babies are going through things, but it's important to focus on what we're grateful for around the health of them. I'm grateful for this. I'm so grateful for this, with them, and grateful for this and this. And, it's the gratitude for all the things that were about health, not looking for healing, right? We don't want to use our energy. I want him to heal because when I put energy towards healing, I'm inadvertently putting my energy towards wanting more things to heal from, because my energy is saying, I really enjoy when my little pup is healing from things. Oh, good. We'll continue to give him stuff to heal from if you enjoy that process. No, I enjoy him being healthy and, happy and doing well and blah, 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 right? So focusing our energy is very important here, because the more we focus on fear and lower vibration. We know all this, right? It expands that. Let's see what else we can know. We got the Four of Pentacles. Solid energy in the physical. So I don't feel like it's anything really bad here. We've got expectations equal disappointment. And that is that, again, focusing on our fears, we expand them. When we focus on something is supposed to be this way, we're focusing on what's not happening instead of gratitude for what is, right? Opposite opposing energies. I focus on that, well, they're not supposed to have that. They're not supposed to have this. This isn't supposed to happen. Well, as I'm focusing on it, I'm growing it, right? Instead of a gratitude. So it's just reinforcing that here. We've got the High Priestess. So there is some hidden and unknown things that will be brought forward, which we know. And so I do feel with that, that's good news, because that's telling us that they do find out what it is. The hidden is revealed with the High Priestess. We have the Seven of Wands. This is good. This is like this Three of Pentacles energy. The Seven of Wands is about, being true to oneself, shining bright, not dimming one's light. But it's like a burning hill. And the Seven of Wands is kind of like a sun energy. And it's like I don't know what this burning is. I don't think they would burn it away. But I don't know if that's some sort of growth that they have to burn something in the inside. I don't feel like it's gonna, it won't hurt them. They're not gonna burn, is he a Saint Bernard? Burn the Bernard? No, it's but it has something to do with needing to singe something so that it will separate. So I feel like that's something that's coming in here with that. Again, I'm not anything close to veterinarian, so I'm not sure what that means. But the King of Swords is the awareness, and they're ruling over knowledge and information. So I do feel, again, that they're going to get someone knowledgeable that knows what it is. In fact, I wonder if they're even nearby where someone wants to, they're like, I know what that is, and I would love to, come and help perform the thing, because I feel like they're really, because in fact they're close by. Maybe they're in a big city nearby, and they want to, experience it, or they're the expert, and I kind of feel like they want to be there and help, because it's such a unique thing that they want to be able to document it and look at it, kind of energy. That's interesting. But hopefully that helps. That's what's coming in. Let's grab an art therapy. I know you don't like crafts, but you can use this however you want, or make your son do it. I snorted. That's funny. He's going to hate me. Maybe he likes art, but this is art therapy deck. So let's see what comes in here. What else do they have here for you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. So what else do they have here? All right, it's this one right here. You got yarn art. It's actually painting. But we got yarn art, card number 12. This is the goal for the activity is to let go of perfectionism and expectations. It's like we were talking about. The medium is painting, time commitment, 45 minutes to an hour. Says mix black paint with a little water to thin. Dip one end of the yarn into the paint using your paintbrush to help coat it. Holding the clean end of the yarn, drop the painted ends onto the paper, dragging, then repeating to make an abstract design. And if desired, add watercolor once the black paint is dry. Here's an example of the pictures. If you're interested in doing that, really cool. The questions you can ask yourself with all this, and you can anyone can do this, but if this applies to your particular situation too, how did you feel while making a painting when you didn't have much control over the result? Ooh, so this energy of not feeling like you're out of control with this, right? Releasing control. So this could be a mirror that's coming up for you, right? Did any critical voices come up? If so, how did you respond? And then how would you describe your feelings after this exercise? So I love that. So that is what they have. In fact, thank you so much. Let me see. Do you have anything else that you wanted me to look at here? Oh, I love you too. Dear friend. Thank you again so much for your donation. And I'm glad that I mistook someone for you and reached out to you. And I'm like, oh, well, now we know why. So much love to you. Thank you again so much. And we'll send wonderful energy to Einstein, the little puppy. He's not little, but the pup dog. All right. So that is it for the donations. So thank you, everyone that's hanging out for your free readings. These will go a bit faster. We just have 1 to 2 card readings for the free readings. We don't have the fortune cookies, so these will move more steadily. So we'll get into these. Let me just crack my neck here. Oh. I'm turning into an old man. I think it's because there's a storm coming in. My old man arthritis is kicking in. I shouldn't joke. It probably is. But let's take a look here. So let me see, make sure I'm doing these in order. Let me just bring some of these over so we can go down the list here. All right. And let me take a quick sip here. All right. Let me scooch back a little bit here. Get some back support. Get all ready. Crack the knuckles. You guys ready? I get nuttier and nuttier as the evening goes on, so buckle up. All right. So let us begin. So Macaroni, you are up first. Let's grab your timestamp here. Your correct timestamp, maybe even better. There we go. So Macaroni, you'd like a general reading for tomorrow. What does Spirit wants you to know about tomorrow? You've got the 6 of Pentacles and the Judgment card. All right. There is this energy when we have, excuse me, the Judgment card is about seeing things from a higher perspective, being drawn to see things differently. And the 6 of Pentacles is this equal giving and receiving energy. And what I really feel for tomorrow is important because I feel like you're a big giver. You're in kind of borderline overgiver, right? That you're the one that's always doing things for everyone else. And because you come across as strong and kind of self-sufficient, a lot of people don't think you need anything, don't give anything to you, because oh, no, I don't need it. I'm okay. You need it more than me. You've done that a lot to where people stop giving because they're like, you don't need me. You don't need anyone. And you're like, well, you're right. But in this case, it's important that it's okay for you to ask for help. Ask, because everyone's dying to help you. You've helped so many people that seeing this, allowing help from others. There's like all these people behind you that want to help you. And it's scary. I know they even look scared, right? It's like, whoa. But it sometimes can feel scary for overgivers to receive. I know I'm a recovering overgiver. But it's, that's the thing that helped me to start to be able to receive without trying to deflect and say, no, I don't deserve it, or no, you shouldn't have, and all that. Instead, just learning to say thank you is one. Think about how good it feels when you give to others. We cheat someone else out of that opportunity if we refuse to allow them to give to us, or if they give us something and we are like, oh no, da 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 da, instead of just saying thank you so much, I'm so grateful. Right. The other thing that I learned was actually in Dale Carnegie as a manager in corporate life. They actually paid someone to come in and teach us each week for like 10 weeks or something. We had like a couple-hour class, and one of the sessions was one of the most uncomfortable things that we did, but it was such an eye-opener. They broke us up in like little groups of 6, and we all knew each other, and so we had 5 note cards, and we wrote something that we appreciated about each individual. And then we all took turns sitting there listening to each person tell us what they appreciated about us. And the only thing that we could say was thank you. They were like, no other words. And everyone keep each other accountable, because you're going to want to deflect. You're going to want to do all this, but the only thing you can say is thank you. And it was hard. Someone's like, blah, 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 you're one of the most real people I've ever met. Ooh, thank you, because you want to say, well, you are too. And it's like, that. Thank you. And it's a good thing. And I feel like that's their message for you, is to say thank you, allow people to give to you, ask for help if you need it. It's not failure. Everyone can use help. Everyone has a handle with which to be lifted up in our lives, and allowing others to help us can make someone's day, especially when you're such an overgiver, So allow it. All right, that's what they have for you, Macaroni. So many blessings to you. All right, Starfall, you are up. Let's grab your time stamp. See anything good coming up for you? Oh, so much good. There's so much good. Everything is good when we see things from the higher perspective, right? I know. There was a reading earlier during the donations. And I know, I'm sorry. Everything is good. I think it was SUDESHA, one of the first was, if you want to listen to it, because it was like, what good things are coming my way, And it's like, well, everything that comes our way is good. It's always for us, but it's our human that has a hard time sometimes seeing how this is for me, till we look from a higher perspective and understand what's going on behind the scenes. Then we know that everything helps us grow, right? But I know what you're saying. Anything that's easy for you to see as good coming your way. that's we'll rephrase it a little. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Definitely. You got the Page of Pentacles and the Empress, 2 big abundance cards that are coming in here. It's harvest energy with the Empress, abundance energy, new birth, creativity just flowing out, and the Page of Pentacles. So there is this fullness of life energy that comes in here, this birthing of things. And with that Empress energy, who she's normally like pregnant, I think it's her that's pregnant. It's hard to tell with her big gown. But in I think the original Major Arcana, she is. And it's about something that's been growing and growing and growing. And then here comes this birthing, something with the Page of Pentacles being taken to a new level. So it does feel like it's been something that's been growing and building, and kind of like the 7 of Pentacles, like the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. The last thing that gets birthed is the baby, here they are, boom, right? So I do feel like this is coming your way here. Do you feel it's more in the physical world, not relationship oriented? It just feels like a situation that comes to fruition. trying to kind of push in to see if I could get more specifics around it. But it's like, I don't know why they're showing me PTA. It's like trying to get a bunch of parents to do things together, but they're showing like it's been like trying to herd a bunch of cats, and finally all the cats are herded for the picture. Just like all this gathering of stuff, trying to get people or an event together, and then it comes together kind of energy. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's what's coming through for you. Apply it how you will, right? All right, so many blessings to you. And then Patricia, you are up. You like a general for the week. What does Spirit have here for the week for you? Okay, we got this and we got this. Got the Death card and the Emperor. 2 major arcana. These are good. This is rebirth. But this is, with the Emperor, it's good because this is you choosing endings and beginnings and rebirth to come in here. Aren't these great cards? I don't know if you could hear me. My arm was in front of my mouth. 2 great cards together, major arcana. I love the pictures on here. But because the Emperor is here, that's Aries energy. It's you choosing what I want. Everyone else, clear the throne room. All your opinions, all your advice, leave it on the table. I'll consider it, but I'm going to make the decisions that I want. And this is you choosing this week to end something to allow new beginnings. Excuse me, it could even be more than one thing. Yeah, you've got the 4 of the Emperor, the 13 of the Death card, 4 and 4. So you got this 4 energy of stability that comes in, and I like that. Think of a huge table with 4 huge legs on it, very solid foundation. So it's not anything that's like, oh my gosh. It's you in your power choosing to end something with authority to clear something away so that you can move forward, put something in its place that's more in alignment with who you are. So this death and rebirth energy, but it's self-inflicted, but it's not an affliction. It's for you, so it's not a bad thing. So hopefully that makes sense, Patricia. That's the big thing for this week they want you to know. So many blessings to you. Right, and we got CJ coming in. We got little mirroring 14224, the 42 and the 24 on your timestamps. That's cool. A general for this week. It's a popular thing here. See more for this too. Everyone wanting to know, what about this week, right? I love it. What can we know? You got the Ace of Wands and the 3 of Wands. Yeah. So you have this energy that's coming in with the 3 of Wands is new information comes in this week that makes you want to choose to go a different direction than you were planning before. And in doing that with the Ace of Wands, it gives you a new passion, a renewed sense of excitement towards something. And I like this. That's what because it kind of like you feel like you've been working towards something to where it's like, I don't have any more fuel left in the jetpack that's taken me there. It's like, it was an exciting new adventure to start off, but now I'm kind of like over it. And you're like, oh my gosh, I want to go this way. And you're heading off here. Don't know if you're a fire sign, but there is certain things like I'm not a fire sign, but I like starting things. Finishing things sometimes I get bored easy. So maybe that's my Aquarius Uranus energy. I like the new, and when something becomes old, then I want something newer. I want to switch things up, right? But I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in here for this week. So allow yourself to make this change and go a different direction. Allow yourself, follow your heart, follow your passion. Go, you know what? Kind of over that. I want to go try that. Instead, don't worry about what will people think, and I don't want to be fickle. Blah blah blah. No, follow your journey. It's your adventure. You'd rather go do that than sit bored and make people happy. Let people be unhappy if you want to make different choices and different decisions. That's their life to live. That's their choice, not yours. enjoy your life. You're the only one who can. All right. So that's what they have for you, CJ. Many blessings to you. Then Ateshi, you are up exactly at 1:45, 1 hour, 45 minutes. So Ateshi Singh, what is HL's energy towards you now? All right. You sense a stronger but silent vibe from him, but you can't tell if it's more in your head or real. All right, let's see here. Well, energy does fluctuate and change a lot. That's why when we look at future or people's energies, we're like, in this moment, this is how they're feeling, but this is an ever-changing world. So 15 minutes from now, something could be different. That's one of the things that draws us here, right? Consistency we have in the upper realms, eternal, unconditional, solid. Here, unstable, constantly changing. Their energy right now, we do have we have the 9 of Pentacles and the Death card. So there's a death and a rebirth. There is a change of energy, but the 9 of Pentacles is an energy of hermitude. 9 being the hermit energy of the major arcana, and the Pentacles being the outside world. They still kind of feel a bit hermity, a bit wanting to be alone, wanting to go out in the forest, and this feeling of independence. But with this Death card, I'm sorry, I'm closing my eyes, sitting in their energy. Sometimes I do that. I didn't realize, I'm like, no, I didn't fall asleep. I'm still talking, right? But there is this ending coming. It's like a cocoon, being in the cocoon, knowing it's important for me to be in this alone space, but I know that the time is coming where I'm going to have to bust through this cocoon and stick out one of my legs out into the cold air of the outside world and go, what's out there, right? Stick one of their long little butterfly legs out of the cocoon, and then another one, and then once they get out and they have their wings dry, things will be different. So I feel like it's edging toward that, but not quite yet. That's what I'm picking up anyway. I know what, Teshi, what are you going to do? I'm going to cut that open. If we cut open a cocoon and rip out a butterfly, they don't have the wing muscles to be able to flap their wings, and their wings never work, and then they die. So patience, divine timing is important with this, right? You're like, if I can't have him, no one will. Cut him out of the cocoon. No, Tashi, no. All right, that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Right, Marie Jones. Hello, hello. You got 14747. We got all these repeating numbers. I like this. All right. So Marie, hello. You're like a general reading for the next week. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. What's most important right now to know for this week. There it is. You've got the 9 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Yeah. There is this energy. The 9 of Wands is normally an energy of like resistance, something holding you back. And the Ace of Cups is self-love, our own heart, and in a way of, it is our self-love, our self-worth, our self-love energy. But what I like about this is because you have the 9 of Wands plus the Ace of Cups equals a 10. And I feel like this week brings a change of energy. And maybe it's with the Leo energy that we're having with the sun moving into Leo. Gives us this courage. It gives us this fire in our belly. And with the new moon a couple days later, there is this sense of new beginnings, of this sense of strength from the inside that allows you to step forward, take a hold of one of these wands, probably the one with the crow sitting on it, the big one. They're indicating, it's like there's this little messenger going, pick this one. And you pick that one, that's your Ace of Wands, and it opens up this space. It empowers you to step through it. And I feel like whatever this has been blocking for a while, that here it comes, this oomph, this energy that allows you movement through something that's been feeling like a block for a very long time. For some reason, I'm getting like this, is this career, job. It's what I feel geared toward. It doesn't have to be, but that's what I'm seeing in my head. If that resonates, it's just like something that I feel has been holding me back on moving forward, taking a chance, applying for something, applying myself, something along those lines of movement forward in that area. So hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Patty. Hello, Patty. Patty. Let's get your timestamp here. There we go. So Patty. Hello, hello. What should you look out for in the week ahead? All right, let's take a look. Let me take a quick sip here. What to look for what to look out for in this week ahead. All right. Well, look at, there's this beautiful kind of endings and beginnings energy. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is about abundance and fullness. And the Fool card is like an ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure, free of expectations and possibilities. That's coming up here. So it does feel like there is an opportunity of fullness, abundance, and freedom that comes up. If there, if there was something going on with job where they're like downsizing or something, there might even be like, this is the energy I'm feeling. It doesn't mean it's what it is, but this is the kind of feeling of they're offering me a pretty nice severance package for me to be able to not work. And while I have like, they're giving like, let's say a year's salary, I've got a year to pursue my dream and to start my new adventure. What do I want to do and how do I want to do this? And it's like, yes, now I can do this. And feels like there's this ending and beginning that's for me that feels like it just sparks a new adventure for me. So whatever this, doesn't have to be that, but it just feels like there's this significant feeling of a huge significant ending of one thing and the beginning of a new, and it feels very beneficial for me. So hopefully that makes sense, and that's what they have for you for this week. I know, I'm excited for you, whatever this might be. All right, so that's what they have for you, Patty. So many blessings to you. All right, let me move some more of these over. Let me move up my little mouse here. All right, let's move these over. Over. Thank you guys again so much for all your patience in getting to your readings here. Some of these over here. This one over here. This one over here. All right. So Premia, you are up. We got you at 153.01. All right. So Premia, what is coming towards you in your life or coming towards your life? Let's take a look. What do we got coming towards you? These here. Yeah, what do we have? What do we have? Yeah, there is a big change big change is coming. Let's put it that way. We have 10 of Swords. You have 6 of Swords and 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is like, I'm sick and tired of living up to everyone's expectations and doing what everyone else and worrying about what everyone else wants. And I'm just tired of trying to live up to everyone's expectations and people being disappointed. I'm not doing what they want to do. If I please them, then I'm not pleasing them. And if I please them, I'm not pleasing them. And wow, my God, I'm tired. 10 is like, stick a fork in me, I'm done, right? The 6 of Swords is a change of mindset, letting old ways of thinking go. So both of these have that energy of letting go of old ways, old stories, and moving in, seeing things from a different perspective, a higher perspective. It all allows you to let go and leave choppy, stormy waters into calm waters. It allows mental change that makes its way out into the physical world, that ignites you to make changes in the physical world. So it starts off in here and it eventually makes its way out here to change that's coming forward. So I do feel like things are coming up to challenge your mindsets, to set yourself free, that allow you to move and go places that you normally wouldn't in your life, because of all these small t truths rooted in fear before, fear of rejection, fear of failure. And now you're like, I'm going for it kind of energy. So I like this for you. And that's what they have for you right now, Premia. So many blessings to you. All right. Then we have here, so Nelia Maderos, thank you for your donation earlier. I appreciate that. Nations. And for your free reading, you wanted to know, will you and your sister reconcile this year? So based on current energy, let's take a look here. Based on where you guys are headed and what you're doing right now, there'd be reconciliation, right? We have that one and we have this one. There is great possibilities. You got fiery energy, you got Knight of Wands, and you got the Emperor. Of course, you kind of probably knew this already, right? Knight of Wands is the pursuit of stepping into your power. The Emperor is you deciding what you want. We've got the if you, and you know how you are, if you want something bad enough, you're going to make it happen, right? How badly do you want reconciliation with your sister? Man, yeah, well. So we have to get real with it, right? Because when it comes down to it, with this energy, there can definitely be reconciliation if you take action. If you're waiting for them, I'm not sure how long that will take. But if you want to reconcile, and I know, why does it always have to be me, right? Well, because you're the bigger person, right? Well, it's because you have the power and the energy and the awareness and the ability. You have the ability to bury the hatchet, not in someone's head, but in to, forgive and release. And maybe that's what you need to look at first is, what energy am I focusing on? I think we talked about it before. If I focus on the fear, the need or the want for them to come to me to ask for forgiveness, to, stop being that way, or to, whatever, blah, 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 that's just going to push it further away. If I start looking at, I release them, I forgive them, I understand they've got stuff going on the inside. It's not about me. I release them. I forgive them for my sake. And then I'm going to start focusing on what I'm grateful for in them, right? What I love about them, what I have loved about them, things that I enjoy about them and have enjoyed about them. And I focus my energy sincerely in gratitude for who they are. That draws and allows it to come together easier. Then when you're in that space, you can reach out, stop by, and keep, if it really matters to us, we'd keep going and stalking them, showing up where they're at. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to go that bad. But I'm just saying. So there you go. That's what they have for you, Nelia. I know. Well, you get to decide. There's no wrong choice. If you're like, it's not that important to me, then you don't have to do anything about it at all, right? All right. That's what they have. So many blessings. All right. And then Maria P., you are up next. So thank you so much for your donations earlier this day and over the weekend. I appreciate that so much. I want to know what's coming for you and Wally this August. All right. Based on current energies, what is something or some themes that they'd like you to know? I don't want any of those. I want this one. All right. Sevens and sevens. Yay. You got the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Probably two cards that drive you nuts. No, they don't. But it is patience. It is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And they are showing here the slowness of things. August feels slow. The Seven of Swords lying, deceit, betrayal, cheating. I'm going to let you sit in that energy for a second because I'm torturing you. You're like, but Zen, if I find out where you live, the Seven of Swords, though, this is your fears. And that's why I was letting it. What? Because you're realizing that feeling of your heart dropping, that those are your fears, right? The Seven of Pentacles, slow energy gives us the opportunity to slow things down so that I have time to face these fears right here. And that's what happens with these obstacles in July. There is this great opportunity for slowness. I feel like there's going to be busyness where you guys maybe don't get, at least in the beginning of the month, it feels like you don't have, let me adjust my hat, like you don't have the same amount of time together as you normally do. And so that gives you some time to think and to overthink, right? I know, but you get to question, what am I fearing? Of course, betrayal and being lied to and all that, that goes way back to 7 years old, all these sevens, 7 years old and younger. There's a lot of stuff bubbling below that is coming up, so you can release it so that it won't interfere with your relationship. And it's important for you to look at those things. So just trust the slowness of things. Use that opportunity to do art therapy, whatever it takes to bring those things up, to question it, get to the root, go, what am I afraid of? If someone, I used to think if someone cheated on me, then that meant I was unworthy and I was worthless. And what are people going to think? They're going to think I'm so low and that I must have done something wrong. And you can't even keep your man, that's the fears you have, right? And it's like, when you face it and you realize that those people that truly know me and love me are going to be like, do you need help burying the body? I'm like, no, we're going to let them live. It's not worth it, right? The people that don't know me, that are like, oh my God, you're this, they're making choices and opinions about me without knowing the full facts. And why do we care about people that make decisions that way? It's a poor opinion people are having. If you don't know all the facts, you're just making up an opinion based with this much information. That's stupid, right? And I don't want to listen to people's stupid opinions, so we don't, right? All right, that's what they have for you, Maria. So many blessings, my dear. All righty. So Rhonda, touch o' love, hello. Let's grab your timestamp here. So thank you for your wonderful comment here. I had that here too. You love hearing the advice from Spirit. I love hearing. I learned so much through all these readings. You guys have no idea. So I love that. So thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate that. All right. So to your reading portion here, you wanted to know, ask Spirit, what you need to know about love. Oh, with the person that you're thinking about. Oh, will he commit to you? What do you need to know about love with the person, and will he commit to you? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Got that, and we got that. All right. Ace of Swords, as far as what do you need to know about love with this person? Interesting. Ace of Swords is about clarity, but it is it's a big thinking energy. It's the Ace of Swords, which big mental energy that's coming in here, that they are more like air signy than emotional. So it's like you would want to ask, what are they thinking, not what are they feeling? Because if you ask what they're feeling, you're going to hear crickets. Feelings, it's like asking a Vulcan, like from Star Trek, right? Like Spock. Well, Spock was half human, so he did have emotion, but asking a Vulcan, how are you feeling? What? Okay, well, tell me logically, what do you think about this? Oh, blah, 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 right? So just, it's a different animal than you are. So just understand that around love with them, it's going to be a mental concept more than an emotional concept at this point with them. Will he commit to you? The Page of Swords. They're thinking about it. That's even bigger. Look at the difference. The sword starts off there and then big thinker, big thinker. I don't know. I mean, it's like it's under review kind of energy that comes in with all of this here. I feel like it's leaning towards, as they get to, they're gaining more and more. Like, I need more information. I need more clarity. All of this is what they're saying here. Before I commit to you, I need to know you more and more and more better. Because in order for me to let my heart out, I need to make sure everything is safe. So they're doing a thorough investigation of you in their own way before they'll do that. So there's a possibility that they will, because all this mental energy they're putting into this has to be for some reason. Otherwise, it would just be a big ol'
no means no.
But you didn't get a no, you got a maybe. And that's good. It's under review. So it hasn't been rejected. It's still being reviewed. And it's looking positive with both of those cards. Those are more positive energy than, scary no energy. So just going to be a little bit more time coming in there, right? So hopefully that helps a little bit. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Right, and Carmel, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. There we go. Carmel Damon, you got 20624, like your Carmel Damon 24. So I got 24s on both. That's cool. All right. What are Caleb's feelings towards you after seeing you Friday? All right. Got that. And then his intentions towards you. So what are his feelings after he saw you? Got this, 10 of cups. Ooh, 10 of cups. Boom, boom. Joy, and a lot of emotion flowing there. So they were very happy to see you. Very joyful energy, full and overflowing type of energy. I like that. What are their intentions towards you? We got the 8 of Wands. Whoa. I'm just kidding. But it's true. 8 of Wands is a lot of passionate energy flowing. So, and that's interesting that it's emotion that's flowing and then it's igniting passion as well. So their intention is action and movement with this 8 of Wands. I feel like they want to communicate with you and reach out to you. And I have to be careful what I say on YouTube. But the 8 of Wands, they definitely have a strong energetic and physical attraction towards you with this 8 of Wands. The 10 of Cups is a lot of emotion too, which is great. It's not just all, being hot and bothered. It's a emotional energy that's coming in here too. So I do feel like there's movement towards you, and there's a lot of messaging, sharing messages with the 8 of Wands. So I feel like they want to communicate more with you, but they were very happy to see you. And I feel like there's a flow and a movement forward of that passionate energy. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Carmel. So many blessings to you. All right, Mika Khan, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Here we go. So Mika, how will you do in DS with CJ? All right, let's take a look here. How will you do in DS with CJ based on current energies? All right, we got these two here. Got the Hanged Man and the Lover's card, 2 major arcana. There is a little bit of a delay or a growth with the Hanged Man. It is like a cocoon. It's a transformational energy. It's a positive energy. And the Lover's card talks about emotional choice that comes in here. And it's like part of what helps with how long it takes is your emotional focus. Am I choosing higher vibration emotion? Because that speeds things up. So gratitude, which I always talk about, right? Gratitude, unconditional love, joy, laughter, play, peace, that kind of higher vibrational energy will speed up the process, and it allows things to come together faster, allows you for things to birth and progress. If we focus on lower vibration, like fears, want, need, those types of things, that slows things down. So it feels like that, regardless, there is eventually the caterpillar makes its way out as a butterfly out of the cocoon. Eventually there is, progress. The speed of it, though, is up to your emotional choices, which is great because that's means you can control that. Uh, and other people don't. All right. So hopefully that helps, Mika. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Divine Empathic, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. There we go. So Divine Empathic, Clairvoyance, and Tarot. Good to see you. Good afternoon. And you want to know, where will you meet your new love? Where, oh, where? So based on current energies, where is the first place you'll meet them? It feels like, because it's a range, depending on when you guys actually meet, because it feels like there's multiples. But the current energy where you guys are at, let's see where you meet them. Yeah, and here's all this power of choice energy, right? You got the Two of Wands and the King of Wands. So there's always that, of course, whatever I focus on, if I'm focusing on gratitude for, that new love is coming my way. I'm so grateful for the love. I'm giving it to the Creator. I'm asking Him once for new love, and the rest of it's all about gratitude, right? And handing it over, trusting that they're going to come in the perfect timing, in the perfect way, right? All that said, I feel like where you meet them with all this wands and action energy I have here, it's in doing something that you love. And so we're not looking for love, not making love our hobby. We're doing a hobby. We love pottery. We love hiking. We love wine tasting. Whatever it is that is our passion. We're out living our passion and out doing what we love, not searching for love, but expressing our love and doing what we love. That's where we bump into them, doing those things because they're doing something they love. And then you're doing what you love, and it's the same thing. You bump into each other and you have interest in that same thing and you talk about it and blah, blah, blah. And that's where the spark happens. And then it organically grows from there. So I like that. So get out and live life and live love. Don't be looking for love, because that's when you just live love, and you'll bump into your love. So I like that for you. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right, let me bring some more of these over. Thank you guys again so much. Don't thank you enough for how grateful I am in your patience and getting to your readings. I know it can take quite a while sometimes. And some of you have been trying, like Thursday, Friday, I got to everyone's. We even finished a little early. And then that was it. Saturdays, I didn't get to anyone, I don't think, on these Saturdays besides donations. So thank you guys. All right. Let's shuffle these up. Whoops, let's try that again. That was just a really non-effective shuffle is what we'll say. Let me take a sip. Okay, that was more a gulp than a sip. All right, let's continue. So Ashish, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Ashish, Balkaran. I probably murdered it every time. Anyway, is the connection between Lavisha and you over, or will you reconnect? Last time you spoke to her was last year. All right, so let's take a look here, Ashish. So, is it over? Or will you reconnect? Let's see. Based on current energies, we got this one. What else? Oh, I like this one here. It's really calling out. All right. You have the Ace of Swords. one, which is meeting someone new, and the King of Cups, which if you like the balance between a balance of emotion, but it's balance between head and heart. So I feel here this isn't like Page of Swords, so it's not reconnection. So I feel like it's good to move forward on this because the Ace of Swords is that you meet someone new. And the King of Cups is someone who is such a good fit. The person who's a balance between head and heart. The Queen of Swords and the King of Cups, the two of those cards for me are card spirit gives me to represent a very compatible partner, someone who fits like a glove, someone who communicates like you do, shares emotion like you do, just so much that it just feels really good. There's differences too, to where you're not just dating yourself or, whatever, but it is someone new that is more in alignment that just clicks with. So I feel like it's okay to let that connection with Lavisha go because this new one is coming and you want a reserved sign not to be on the table of your heart because your heart, if there's a reserved, even though the other people can't see your heart with the reserve sign, your energy shares that and people don't come near you. But when you take away that reserve sign and go, that seat's available, Creator, I'm grateful that you're going to bring someone perfect to sit in that seat in the perfect timing. And they will. So that's what they have for you, Ashish. Hopefully that is helpful. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And Lucky, you are up next. Let's grab your timestamp. There we go. All right. So Lucky, would you have a hunch as to why you didn't see John or Josh? I'm sorry, there's something in the way. It's a J name, though. You know who it is. At his usual work day routine yesterday. All right, let's take a look here. What was going on with this individual? Why weren't they at their usual place? What happened? And more importantly, why are you stalking them, Lucky? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, they have the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. There's this movement energy. It's like looking at things differently from a different perspective, but movement from old ways to new ways. Two of Pentacles. Don't know if there's two jobs that they have and they had to do a schedule change. But I don't feel like it's a permanent schedule change. I feel like in order to accommodate something at another job or another event, because it's two different things going on in the physical world, that they needed to change schedules to be able to attend something. But it'll be back to normal. I feel like it's just a temporary one, like even for this week. I feel like they'll be back on schedule here. But there was something that was conflicting that they wanted to be able to do. I don't feel like it's another job as I look at this. It feels more like an event of some sort, not like an appointment or anything, but like attending something. Because they didn't they didn't want to take like time off for it. So they switched schedules for this week, but they'll be back, I feel like, next week on their regular scheduled program. All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have NRA up here. Let's see here. Let's get your timestamp here. Yep, that's right. All right. So I want to know, does Henry still want to be with Nadira? All right, let's take a look here. Does Henry still want to be with Nadira? All right. Based on current energies, because you know how fickle we can be. Doesn't feel like right now they do, because the Three of Wands is about a change of direction based on new information. And there, the Ace of Swords is, it's like there's new clarity coming in, new information that's come in, new awareness. And with the Three of Wands, it's like based on what they found out, based on this new, I don't know if it's like they found something out, but based on this new communication, it is about a light bulb going off in their head and that they're wanting to go a different direction than they had originally intended to go, but based on new awareness, seeing things differently. Um, they're looks like there's a change of intention right now. But like I said, that's the energy of today. We could check a week from now and go, oh, look, it's back. Because like when we look at, like we just moved into Mercury retrograde in, it was in Leo, right? Because I know we're moving into Leo season and we've got, Leo new moon next week. Got all this energy that comes in. We get influenced by, if we're not aware and grounded, we can be moved all over the place by astrological energy. If we're running on autopilot, if we're not conscious and grounding and aware, we're going to go all over the place, right? It's like if you don't tie down something in a windstorm, it's going to bounce all over the place with the wind. Well, that's kind of the energy I feel with Henry. It's like right now I feel like they're feeling agitated and seeing things from a different perspective and wanting to do things differently. And now they're wanting to, go in a different direction. But I'm feeling like it's important to know that, well, that's this week. I kind of feel like they kind of move all over the place. So I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock in, I wouldn't bet money on it. That's the way it's going to stay, is what I'm trying to say. So hopefully that makes sense. But there's a bit of all over the placeness with their energy. All right, so that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right, and Olivier, hello. Ooh, look at that, 222 exactly. Boom, boom, boom. So, Olivier, hello, hello. You'd like to ask a general reader for this coming week for your birthday week. Happy, happy birthday to you. Hope you're doing something special for your birthday. I celebrate all year long, so, what are we going to say? All right, let's see what they have here for you. All right, we got that one. What else? All right, and this one here. So you've got the Nine of Swords and the King of Swords. Oh, I like this. Powerful energy, because the Nine of Swords, of course, is the Nightmare and Insomnia card. But we love it with the King of Swords, who rules over the mindset, right? They rule over all the swords. In fact, they don't just rule with the Queen. They're the master. They get two portions of swords, because all kings get swords behind the scenes. The King of Swords has the main sword, so he gets both. He's the master over thought and belief and mindset. So there is this clarity that comes in here. You're able to see things from a different perspective, let some of your fears drop away. The Nine of Swords represents I'm kind of exhausted thinking about everything. And you're so close with the Ten of Swords going, screw it, I'm tired of trying to live up to everyone's expectations. I'm done. I'm free. I'm going to, decide for what I want to do, not trying to make everyone else happy. So I like that kind of energy coming in here for you with us. And I think the new moon in Leo is actually on your birthday, the 24th, I believe. So make sure to, in addition to your birthday wishes, also use your new moon wishes. So you've got a lot of wish opportunity to come in, but get out of your head and into your heart for that too. So I like that for you. And I feel like I want to give you a fortune cookie. Let's give you Whispers of the Ocean oracle for your birthday present. So here you go. Special birthday present. Because I can. So this is from the Whispers of the Ocean oracle. Let's see what we got here. All right, here it is. So for your birthday, you have love where you are. Card number 24. Use your sensitivity to know when to act. Connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like, right? So I said get out of your head and into your heart. They're saying connect your heart to your head. I love that. Let's see what else they say here. These are not too long. Says contemplate your direction and trust what you are feeling. Being present in the moments when life is not ideal, it's not the easiest thing to do. It may feel frustrating to patiently wait for answers or process what has transpired. You may find you are consumed by past circumstances. You may be nervous about planning your next step. Tune in to observations, awareness, and heightened senses so you may move with grace and style. You are invited to be in this moment. Allow your intuition to guide you while you await your next step. Ooh, you have faced challenging situations before. The urge to avoid what is happening is strong. You have the tools and the strength to face this head on. Use the depth of love that resides within you to face what is in front of you. Allow yourself to ground if you're feeling off balance. Be in this space and know you can move through this challenge. Clams live in the mud and have a strong connection to the earth. If you have disengaged from your feelings, tune back into them as they can guide you now. Clams can siphon water and extract what they need to feel rejuvenated. Use this time to get back on track. Circumstances may not be ideal, but a clam shows you to appreciate where you are, no matter how unappealing things may be at this moment. Wow. I love that for you. So happy birthday. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Enjoy. All right. So day with the jewelry, you are up. Oops. Let's get your timestamp in here. There we go. You want to know whatever comes out. Let's see what we have here for you. Whatever comes out. All right. We got these two. You've got the 9 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. All right. So there's this little energy here. The 9 of Wands is about a barrier, something that's been holding you back and keeping you back. And the 5 of Cups is about a change of emotional focus that will help you get through whatever barrier this is. And because, of course, whatever energy we're focusing on is what grows. We have our mental energy, we have our emotional energy, we have our energetic focus, spiritual manifestation energy, and we have our physical energy. Whatever we're putting out of those 4 energy centers out into the world is what we're drawing toward us. So being aware of our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, and our energy as much as we can help that. With that 5 of Cups, this is really focusing in on where do I spend or where's my emotional energy focused the most on? Is it lower vibrational or higher vibrational, right? Is there want and need energy? That's lack energy. That's actually lower vibration. Patience energy is lack and lower vibration because it's about feeling like I should have something already, but I don't. That's lack, right? Want and need only comes from where I feel like there's something missing in my life because I want something else. I need something else. But the higher vibrational energy, because the 5 of Cups usually has someone standing looking at the 3 spilt cups, crying over the sorrow of the spilt stuff and the lower vibration. Behind them is the power of emotional choice. 2 cups. I can continue to choose that, or I have another choice too. If I chose gratitude and higher vibration, there's this little bridge that goes across over to a palace in the background. That's where that takes us. It takes us to abundance. And so being aware of emotional energy, I feel, is what will help you get through this barrier, whatever you feel is like holding you back where you can't move forward. So hopefully that makes sense for where you're at right now. And that's what they have for you, Dave. So many blessings to you. All right. Benita Bala, you are up. I love your name. Can you tell I always say it that way? You're like, oh, here he goes again. All right. So, Benita, hello, hello. You want to know what are Shawn's current feelings for you? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Boom. Look at that. Cards are flying out. All right. And this one here. So, based on his current energies, what are his current feelings here? All right. So there's very peace of mind that's here, very restful energy, kind of feels inactive a little bit of their mind. The Three of Pentacles is about being true to one's authentic self. And we don't have cups here. Emotions aren't being focused on in their life. It kind of feels like they're just chilling, being true to me kind of energy. You know, I'm doing what I want to do. Three of Pentacles, too, I'm kind of getting this energy of chilling with my friends, focusing on my friends, just kind of keeping things kind of copacetic, kind of still, kind of, you know, just go on energy with right now. So it feels like, I mean this not towards you, but there's this phrase, bros before hoes. And that's what's coming in. Very, very bro energy. Yeah, bros before hoe. We're all buddies are hanging out, you know. And so there's that energy. Not that you're a hoe, but you know, that's what this energy is very much about hanging out with the homies. So no offense meant at all. That's their energy. And that's not what they think of you, but they're like, you know, it's like, come on, everybody, we're going to go do our bro stuff. Let's go. You know, what about the girls? They're like, no, it's bro time, you know. So I feel like they're kind of in this energy of focusing on themselves and not so much about others. So very inward focused, if that makes sense. So I know. Girls' night then, right, Benita? All right. So that's what they have, my dear. Hang in there. And I don't feel like it's going to be for forever, but I feel like they're in this little pocket of, you know, that kind of energy, you know, a lion's pack. Let's all these lions hanging out, you know, kind of energy. Anyway, that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Then we have love's the most powerful force in the universe. Thank you for your donations earlier. For your free reading here, you want to know, did he do that to try and intimidate you? All right. So did he do that to try to intimidate? Let's see here. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Interesting energy here. Seven of Pentacles is about trying to slow your roll and to change emotions. And I don't intimidate. Is that the kind of energy? It is a little bit kind of a back off energy. Try to slow emotional things around and change that. So I don't really feel that. Not so much intimidate, but more of throw a wrench in things kind of energy, or to distract. Distract is a better word. Distract to slow things down. If this all makes sense. The important thing, of course, to look at is that one, no one can intimidate us unless we have fear and we agree to be intimidated, right? Other people's actions are neutral. It's like someone saying they're going to put a curse on me. If I believe, oh my God, they can put a curse on me, and they say I'm going to get sick. Oh my God, I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick because they cursed me. I'm going to get sick. I get sick because of my energy. Also, I could be like, people are going to curse me. I'm like, ooh, boo, 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 boo. I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. it doesn't impact me at all because I don't allow it, right? I'm in charge of me and my energy. Other people do things because of what they're going through, their insecurities, their pain and their growth and their suffering, and uh, them seeking their dreams, them wanting to be loved. Not personal. It's all from them. So I feel like that's kind of what it was about. And hopefully that just, allows you to go, okay, I understand they're doing it out of their self-preservation or their pursuit of their dream and love. And it's like, I get it. That's okay. You can, I know that's a little kid, because that's what, when our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, it goes into fight or flight mode, and our little 2-year-old and pet hissing cat are in charge. We act like that. We do stupid, unloving, uncompassionate things. And so that's how we know when someone's in fear, because they're doing stupid, uncompassionate, or unloving things, or unloving things. We're like, oh, okay, they're in fear. It's not about me. This is about their sense of survival. That's okay. We'll let them puff up and do whatever they need to do to feel safe. Because if I feel unsafe and everything does what they're doing, then I turn into that pet hissing cat and do stupid things. Like fight, like, oh yeah, come on, right? Anyway, that's what they have for you, love. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what we got for you. So many blessings. Let me just move some more of these over here. Hang on there, everybody. We're getting there. We're getting there. And if Gemini, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, if you're watching right now, we still have a little ways to get to you. I saw your free reading request, and then you had put in a asking for readings for next week, and I didn't see a donation, so I'll be doing the free reading. But if you meant to do a donation and it didn't go through, which I know can happen on YouTube, if you make a donation another way, with Cash App, PayPal, Square, or Venmo, I'll get the email and I'll do your other one. Otherwise, I'll just do the one free question. So I want to give you an opportunity in case you're watching. You have time. All right. So Liz, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. I think I did it right. Yeah, I did. All right. So Liz, you'd like to ask what message your spirit guides have for you. All right. Let's see what your spirit guides want you to know. All right. Boom, boom. Came flying out. All right. Every moment is a choice of fear or joy. You got the 9 of Swords, which is the nightmare and insomnia card, and the 10 of Cups, which is joy overflowing in emotion. I feel like what they want you to know is like every moment is a choice between the two. If we're not feeling one, then we're focusing on the other. And I feel like their big message to you is that neither is right, neither is wrong. That's a big aha for us to realize, because we grow up going right and wrong, good or bad, worse, better, blah blah blah. But from spirit standpoint, every moment is a choice, but it's of lower vibration or higher vibration. Neither is right or wrong. Each is just a different choice with different experiences and different outcomes. And so being aware of that, we can lighten up on ourselves a little bit, not beat ourselves up if I have a moment of anger or sadness or irritation or, whatever, that it's okay. Don't beat ourselves up, because that's just going to keep us in the loop of lower vibration anyway. But if we're just like, oh, when we become aware of it, we can ask ourselves, do I want to continue to feel this way? And if I don't, it's like watching something on TV that you're like, what is this? This doesn't interest me. I don't want this anymore. I change the channel, right? I can feel something else. Can feel another lower vibrational emotion or choose a higher vibration, whatever I want, but we're not stuck in judgment about our emotional choices. And we can allow other people that too. which is great. Like, there are no toxic people. There's just people that are expressing what they're going through. There's no dramatic people. They are expressing the perfect emotion for how they're feeling in the moment. So there's no supposed to be, should be, oh, they shouldn't be acting that way. We're like, oh, we acknowledge that they're acting the perfect way with what their mindset is in the moment, with the energy they have. They're expressing themselves perfectly, and we do the same. So I like that. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you right now, Liz. So many blessings to you. All right, Victoria, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, Victoria, will you hear from the job you applied for this upcoming week? Let's see here. Based on current energies, will you hear from them this week? Okay, we got this and this. Boom. Let's see here. What the heck? It doesn't seem like you will. Got the Seven of Pentacles, which is the slow, well, it's one of the slow cards, right? Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But, you know, whenever we get slow cards, it's not because the spirit world is trying to torture us, though sometimes that's up for debate, right? But it is always for us. It slows down to give us time to look at things, to question things, to see things from a different perspective. Sorry, the sun's coming out. Look, the sun's coming out. Let me just do that a little too bright. And the Judgment card is about you being drawn into something that is more in alignment with where you want to be, who you want to be, and where you want to go. So I feel like this pausing is giving you the opportunity to be looking into something that's more about who you want to be in this life and not who you think you're supposed to be or supposed to do or where you're supposed to head kind of energy. So I don't feel like you're going to hear from them upcoming week because maybe this isn't for you. It's not the one that's in alignment with where your heart really wants to go. So I know. What is it? What is it that your heart wants you to do? Have you had the conversation where you step out of your mind, go down the spiral staircase that goes to your heart and knock on that door and go in there and have a little tea party with your heart and find out what is it that you want? What are you trying to tell me? I feel they'll tell you. All right, that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right, then we got Aditi. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Aditi, hello. You want to look at reading? Your relationship is over, but you're still not over him. I'm broken. I need universe guidance regarding this. All right. So let's take a look here. See what spirit would like you to know. All right. Yeah. So you have the Four of Cups and the Chariot card. So the Four of Cups normally has someone sitting up against a tree, 3 cups that are empty, and then a new cup that's being offered. So that tells you that the relationships that you have been feeling empty, and that's why these end, and you're over them, but you're thinking you're not over him, but what you're not over is this empty feeling that you have your heart filled. Well, he wasn't filling your heart anyway, because no one in the outside world can, right? Only we can fill up our heart. That Ace of Cups that's being offered is your self-love. And whenever we look to the outside world to fill up our love in our heart, it is this empty feeling. It's if we feel fulfilled at all for a moment, it's not because they are, it's because the emotion that we are experiencing, how we feel about ourselves in this situation is what makes us feel full. And we can have that with anyone and even without anyone, because that emotion was in here. They weren't giving us this emotion. We were feeling this emotion inside of us because of how we felt about ourselves when we were with them. But that was a decision that was happening in here, and we have that power. That's where this Chariot card comes in, is that we have the power to choose. No matter what happens in the outside world, we choose the story about what something means. We choose the emotion we feel. We choose our energy. We choose our actions. I know it can be hard to hear that in this moment, but the story that I'm broken is a well documented story that's been around for a long time. It's what we come here to experience. We want to feel like, what does it feel like if our heart could be broken? How would that feel? Let's feel that. But I was very surprised when Spirit told me that your heart can't be broken. Heartbreak is a lie of humanity. And I'm like, well, explain to me when the first time I found out that my first boyfriend cheated on me, why did my heart feel like someone took a giant spike and stuck it deep in my heart and kept pounding it? What was that? And when the second one did it, what was that? So tell me, what is this then? And they were very gentle. They were like, that's fear. They go, like when someone scares you and you're like, yeah, that startled feeling in that heart, you feel like your heart sinks. Well, that's what heartbreak feels like when it's an emotional monster that scares us. But when I recognize, like, oh, I don't need to be scared, it was just my brother jumping out and scaring me half to death, that feeling goes away. But when it's an emotional monster, like when someone does something and I feel like there's something wrong with me, I fear I'm never going to be loved again. I'm never going to find love again. I fear that I'm not lovable. I fear I did something wrong. I fear what other people will think. It loops. It keeps looping. That's why it feels like our heart is broken, because we keep feeling that fear going in circles. When I see it's my brother, the loop stops when my brother was scaring me, right? But when it's someone doing something, that feeling of, what are people going to think? What are, no one's going to love me again. I'm never going to find love again. And then you do. But when you're having that loop, when you go to sleep, it stops and you wake up, you don't worry about it until you remember, oh, that's right. They did that. Heartbreak. Here comes looping again. I get distracted. I have to do something. Then I remember, that's right. Loop. It starts up again. So it's the fear that keeps looping. And when we face that fear, we can get to the root and we can stop that feeling of heartbreak. It took a while, Number two, after I met someone, I'm like, oh, look, I found love again. The heartbreak is gone. I found love again. And then they did it. And that relationship ended. And then I felt heartbreak again, and I'm never going to find love again. And then I found number three. And then that had heartbreak stuff in it. And it was less and less painful because there was less and less fear. Then number four came along, and it was like, oh, God, I'm going to find love again, ain't I? So it changes. But I feel like that's important to know that, you know, um, feel the feelings, but when you're ready, look at the fear that's below the surface, because it's those beliefs that their actions mean something about me that is where the source is. So hopefully that helps a little bit at DT. We send you lots of love. Trust me. Like I said, I've been there several times myself, and I'm so glad to have learned through those situations, because now I don't fear. I don't fear being heartbroken. I have also been single and not dated or been interested in anyone for over a decade, because I found my self-love and I lost interest over time. Cost benefit analysis. Eventually it's like, is it worth going through all of, those types of relationships to lose all of this peace and all of this connection with spirit and love and joy and what I'm having in life? No, no, not yet anyway. I never say never, but it's going to take someone pretty amazing for me to give up everything I have, this joy. Why screw it up with a relationship? Just kidding. All right. Hopefully that helps bring a little smile to your face for a moment. ADD, I love you. All right. All right. Sudeshna, you are up next. Let's grab your timestamp. Oh, I don't think I did that very well. Let's see here. There we go. So Sudeshna, thank you again for all your multiple donations this weekend. I'm so grateful. You want to know, will you have a love marriage or an arranged marriage, or a love plus arranged marriage? All right, we'll do 3 cards. Let's see what we got here with energy. 1, 2, or 3. Number 1, what was the first one? A love marriage. You have the King of Cups. Here is that perfect partner. All right, so you do have love. What about an arranged marriage? 5 of Swords, conflict. Grr, no. And then it's a love and arranged? No, death. So it's a love marriage with that King of Cups, which is that energy, like the Queen of Swords, the King of Cups that we get. Perfect compatible partner where it doesn't need to be arranged. I feel like you meet them and it's just like, wow, it's, it comes together. Love starts first and then marriage comes after it. So I like that for you. Boom, boom, easy breezy, short and easy. That's what they have for you, Sudeshna. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Swarupa Bobby, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Will you get a new job in the next month? All right. Based on current energies, let's take a look here. Excuse me, hiccup. Scared me. New job? Let's see. You got the 4 of Swords. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you got the Peace of Mind card with the 4 of Swords. That's resting of your mind. No more, and the Ace of Pentacles, which is abundance, new opportunity opening up. So definitely with this energy, it's leading to say yes, that you do get affirmative with that. So no more mind that. And I don't know if we've talked around it before, but the 4 of Swords is also about letting go of expectations. So instead of focusing on what's not happening and need and want energy, that of course pushes opportunities away. So if you focus on, like, if you have a job now, you can focus on what you love about the job that you have now and that you're grateful for. If you don't have a job now, or even if you do, you can think about past jobs that you have. What have you loved and are grateful for that were in those jobs? Doesn't mean you have to be grateful for the entire job, just what about that job? And you're basically putting out this energy to the universe of attracting jobs that have things that you love in it. Otherwise, we're pushing things away. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you, Swaroop. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Hot Sun coming in here. So Hot Sun, let's get your timestamp here. Let me take a sip here too. Sorry, hold on. All right, there we go. So you want to know what are Josh's feelings, intentions, and next actions towards you, and the bottom of the deck. All right. So we've got this and we've got this. Bottom of the deck, you've got the 5 of Pentacles. So you can interpret that the way that you would like. And feelings and intentions. So we've got the Ace of Swords and the 8 of Swords. So it doesn't feel like there's feelings here so much as thinking and thoughts with all the swords energy and thinking energy. I like that they're seeing things from a higher perspective, a different perspective with that Ace of Swords, getting a lot of clarity around their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that would keep them blinded and bound and restricted and feeling small, and that would keep them from allowing their heart to feel and allowing them to move forward and do all this. Of course, the 5 of Pentacles, just referring to that. lack energy, feeling the fear of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold. So there is this energy that there is movement that they're at least flowing through and becoming aware of these old things that are caging their heart, not allowing their heart to be expressed, and that have been holding them back and not allowing them to move forward. So it is energy of at least progress in mental, what would you say? Not instability, no hot sun, no. Mental challenge, mental conflict. Yeah. The conflict with the mind, with the brain, that they're not allowing the heart to act out. They're like the heart's in a little cage of swords going, let me out of here. And they're like, no, we let you out, we get hurt. They're working on removing pieces of the cage so that they can move forward. But right now, it feels like that's what they're focused in on, that mental process. So I know that that's what they got right now. So hang in there, hot sun. Many blessings to you. All right, Cat Goddess. You have 255.44. How cool is that? All right, need like a general reading, please. All right, thank you so much, Cat Goddess. I was wearing one of your cat shirts yesterday. The Cat Samurai. All right, they do want this one, and they do want this one. All right, so what do they want you to know right now? We've got the Queen of Wands and the Two of Cups. So Queen of Wands energy with this Two of Cups, I'm getting this. I almost wanted to go in a direction of, passion, focal energy on relationships, and they took me into a spiritual place with you. The Queen of Wands is someone who's very connected with the spirit world. The wand suit, of course, is that spiritual energy that connects you there. Behind the scenes, all the queens get a second portion of cups. I was seeing if they had a black cat. Usually they have a black cat, which represents that empathic connection, the heart connection to spirit world too. So very strong connection with spirit world. They don't need, like the page of the knight and the king have a salamander or a lizard to protect them from the risk of the fire of action. But the Queen of Wands doesn't. They have the black cat because they don't have any risk, because they have a knowingness. They have this connection to the spirit world. They got the eye in the sky. This giant maze that we're in, we hit a wall where I have to go left or right. They just dial up the eye in the sky that can see the entire maze and goes, should I take left or right for my highest experience? They're like, thank you. And you do it and there's success. People are like, how do you do that? And you're like, I got friends, And so this is that. And that Two of Cups is about the connection you have to the spirit world, developing that relationship, knowing that you're not alone and that you can ask of them. Before you come down here, you give them a bunch of things that you would like them to do to help you on your adventure. They're like, we're all on board. We'll do that. The rest of the time, unless we're doing anything life-threatening, they will honor our free will. And besides those fated events that we ask them to work on, they kind of just let us, they're along with us, behind us, supporting us. But we can ask them of our own free will for things while we're down here. And they're more than willing to help us as long as it doesn't interfere with what we asked them to do before we came down here. They won't work against what we ask them to have us experience. But that's very rare because we don't ask them for a whole lot to meddle in things, because we love this world of possibility, but we can ask them for clarity, for signs. They'll give us mental signs, emotional signs, energetic signs, whatever. So I feel like this is a big message of ask. Nothing's too small, nothing's too large. We love hearing from you. We love interacting with you. You can ask more. So that's what they have for you, Cat Goddess. So many blessings to you. All right. So let me move the last of I think we only have a handful left here. All righty. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So if Gemini Sun, Aquarius Moon, you are up. And so I see you have like two sets of questions, but of course, and I didn't see a donation. Normally you'll make a donation, but I didn't see one. So if you're here watching right now, if you make a donation either through PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or Square, they're all in the description box of the video. I think they're in the description of this video. I'll do your second one. I'll do the first one as your free reading, but if you want a second one, of course, those do require donations. So if you're interested in your week's reading thingy, do that, and I'll take care of that. Otherwise, we'll hit it, another time. All right. So, I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. So the results of the HRP exam that you submitted last Thursday, Friday for work. First of all, number one, did you pass? Right, based on current energies. And if not, will the person who designed the test provide additional learning opportunities so that you can retake and pass the exam? All right. So in the possibility of if, let's take a look here. So did you pass? Dun, dun, dun. Psh, yes. Look, you look like Einstein. Ace of Cups. That's joy and happy. That's a positive, affirmative energy. So you don't need the other. You have the death and the rebirth. If by chance you don't, which the Ace of Cups says, like you did, the death and rebirth is yes, you have an opportunity to retake the exam. They help you rise from the dead. There's someone that will be able to provide a class or not document. I just feel like it's like it is like kind of a class. It's a get together to review, to help, to do that. So I do feel like that's an affirmative there. All right. So that's what they have for you, Gemini Sun, Aquarius Moon. Congratulations. I really feel like you passed. I feel like you were before, but we'll see. We shall see. All right. And then Flo, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So hi, my name is Flo. You want to know, does E still want you? Let's take a look here and see what we have here. Does E still want you? Right, we have this, and we don't want that one. I want this one right here. All right, let's see what we got. We have the Knight of Swords. That is a movement of thought or change of thought. The Seven of Swords, though, the Seven of Swords is a card of deceit, of lying, of cheating, of thievery, connivery, deceit. And I just feel like here with all this, it's like your spirit guides are going, we hope not, because I feel like there's a lot of hidden things. They don't tell you the truth. There's a lot of unknown and hidden things that it's better for you. Not that there's better or worse. It's just it's in your best interest, we'll put, that it doesn't, because there's a lot of hidden things you didn't know about with this combination here. I feel like things will come to light later, and you'll be grateful that they're not interested in you anymore. And that, like right now, they're not. And you becoming aware of this in this moment because of it, that you're going to have your spidey sense on and go, wait a minute, where I didn't see it before, I start to look and go, yeah, there is kind of secrets. There is kind of ways that they answer things, that if you ask things directly, you have to be careful how you ask something. It's like, did you sleep with her? No, I didn't sleep with her. Didn't sleep. Because what they really were saying is, I didn't sleep with her. I slept with them, or whatever, right? So there's that energy of, I don't know. I just feel like right now they're not interested, and then with you, I feel like they will show interest, but then you're going to be like, I don't know now. I'm seeing things, right? So hopefully that helps, Flo. That's what's coming in right now for you there, right? So many blessings for you. All right. And then we have, is that Varun or Varin? I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. Got your timestamp here. Anyone want to know what's your future? You're confused about your path. All right, we'll take a look here at current energy, where you're headed, what kind of maybe clarity they can bring in here for you around your path. All right, thank you. Card came flying out over here. So you have the Hanged Man and the Page of Cups. Yeah, I see here. You are going through a transformation time with that Hanged Man there. And the Page of Cups is about a pursuit of, pursuing something that's more of your heart here. So this confusion of your path, you are going through this change. And that's like when a caterpillar goes into a cocoon to become a butterfly, when they've been a caterpillar all their life. And when they go into the cocoon, like they start to lose, they become like caterpillar soup. They turn into this liquid soup to transform and let go of stuff that doesn't serve to be formed, the butterfly wings and all that, right? And so that's confusing because we're going through a change and I don't understand what's happening. And but you're moving from, and your tastes are changing because your mind is giving you this is what my life should be, supposed to be, should be, all these opinions you had growing up telling you you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, and your heart is going, but I want to go do this. When in reality, because humanity teaches us so much, there's something you have to do, and if you don't do it, you're going to fail. We love setting ourselves up for failure by creating these big things we're supposed to do that are contradictory and we can't do it, and then we fail and we're like, oh my God, right? But in reality, this is a giant playground. It's like a grandparent taking a grandchild to go play on a playground, and the grandchild going, what am I supposed to do? The other children on the playground are all, oh, you have to go on the swing set first, and then to the slide, and then to the merry-go-round, and then end on the seesaw. And if you're good, then you can go on these other things too. But this is the route you're supposed to go. And you're like, but I don't want to go on that. You have to, So we have all these rules that aren't really rules. They're make-believe, made up by the kids on the playground. And we go to the grandparent, which is our creator, right? We go and go, what am I supposed to do? Everyone has telling me something different. And one person said the slide first. One person said the swings first. The other person said this first. I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do first? They're like, it's a playground. You don't need to listen to them. Go find, where's your heart leading you? What is drawing you? Go follow that. When you get tired of that, go try something else. It's all about exploration. It's adventure. Take the pressure off. Go have fun. It's a playground, right? So I feel like that's the energy they want you to know right now. So hopefully that helps a little bit, Varun. That's what they have. Many blessings to you. All right. And lastly, but not leastly, we got Shawn G. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Shawn, thank you for your donations today and this weekend. I really appreciate that. And you want to know here, your free question, how does my mother, feel now that I'm no longer speaking to her? But are you? You are speaking to her. You're speaking to her in here, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking about her. You're still speaking to her. Even though you're not physically speaking to her, you've got this little imaginary mannequin in your head representing your mom, that you have this conversation going on, right? Or in your subconscious. You're still speaking to her, even though you're not physically speaking to her. You're mentally speaking to this mental mother in your head, this emotional speaking to the emotional mother in you, energetic speaking to the energetic mother. So it's still there, even though the physical, that's the 4 areas of our life, right? The mental, the emotional, the energetic, and the physical. Well, I'm not speaking to her physically. Well, that's 1 out of 4, right? All right. That's just good to know, right? But how does mama feel with you saying that you're no longer speaking to her? All right. How do you want her to feel? Why? What's your intention? Is there any intention that you have of her wanting to feel a certain way with rejecting her? Let's see here. Yeah, we have the 5 of Wands, which is conflicted, but also the Queen of Swords, balance between head and heart. So they are conflicted. There is that 5 of Wands energy. They are conflicted between their head and their heart. But with this Queen of Swords, I feel like this is their impression of you, that, well, if you can be balanced between your head and heart, then you do what you need to do. That's what I feel like she's really feeling on the inside, is that do what you need to do. And if that's what you need to do, even though it makes me very conflicted, I feel like that's the way they're looking at it, with that. Interesting, right? It may not be how they express themselves to you, but deep in their heart, where no one sees, I feel like that's the conversations that are going on with her right now, at least in this moment, in the energy. So interesting. All right. Well, that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much for all of your patience in getting to your readings. I will be back on Thursday for more readings. If you'd like to join me then, I'm on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Mountain, Saturday and Sunday morning, afternoon, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time. And of course, on Sundays, we have this special makeup session. So if you try to get your free reading during the week, when I'm doing that, make sure to come for these Sundays and we'll make sure you get a reading. I also offer personal readings and some other things. There's links down in the description box of the video for that. And I think that is it. After I'm done, I will post a pinned comment listing the order of all these readings and all the timestamps. You just click on it. It'll take you right to your reading. I'll do that here in just a moment as I end. And remember, as you're going through your adventure, that every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So, till I see you guys again, remember, have some fun. Because why are we being so serious? I know there's a lot of serious energy out there, but let's play. Let's have joy. Let's have laughter. And I love you guys very much. We'll see you soon.